I am the doctor, this is my section. Earth is under my protection. Planet of birth is Gallifrey. I've got two hearts, your life is saved. Run into the master, raw Missy. Come on, Alonzo. Alonzi. I am a Time Lord. No, I'm not rich. 12 bodies a man. Now it's time for a switch. Don't look like that. I'm in great health. You were expecting someone else? Regeneration. Oh, such fun. When I say run, run, run. What's up, my boy? Peace and sanity. Sorry, I must dash. Reverse the polarity. Sometimes I'm north, but always a limey, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Jump in the TARDIS, go for a ride. It's bigger on the inside. Exploring all of time and space. Oh, what's that? Exterminate.
Cybermen or Daleks, maybe.
Would you like a jelly baby? Time's ticking, we'd best go. A new adventure, Geronimo. I am fantastic, so are you. Best come with me. I'm Doctor Who.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Welcome to a brand new episode of D4WH, baby! I am your host, Happy. I'm Adam O'Sullivan, joined as always by my co-host. She's having kittens. It's Nicchia Shoot.
Oh, how did you know I was having kittens?
I can see the head popping out.
Oh, look, my sister, when she was pregnant, had a dream that when she gave birth to kittens, and she was really pissed off because everyone else got a baby. So there you go. Does happen.
Would you prefer kittens or a baby?
Oh, God, I've had children. Give me kittens.
Okay, all right, fantastic.
I can give them away. Have them put down.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Drown them out the back. Yeah, anyway.
Please welcome our two guests, comedians and friends of the show, the Lazy Susan, Andrew Dawson.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, welcome back.
I like the Lazy Susan title.
Well, you gave it to yourself.
No, that's why I like it.
Okay. I thought you might have forgotten.
No,
the passive aggression, Ashwin Segkar.
Oh, thank you for welcoming me.
That's okay. You also gave yourself that name.
Yeah, I suppose I did.
Yeah, I suppose you did.
Oh, it's going to be like this all bloody episode, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I've got more testosterone than you.
Well, I am in a room full of testosterone. Mm-hmm. So
mainly your sheepdog in the corner.
Yeah.
That is one.
Yeah,
Alpha
I think
dog.
the three of us aren't really bringing much to the table, unfortunately.
Yeah, we all saw him and we're like, oh my God, Archie's so cute.
Yeah, no, I just thought I was bringing the testosterone to the party. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to insult anyone, but anyway, get on with it.
Yes, Nicchia. Okay, certainly. Yep, sure. How have you both been? It's been a while since we've seen you. It's been a while.
It has, because I only watched Doctor Who when you asked me to come to this podcast. And I'm like, oh, this is actually not a bad show, because I've been watching a lot of Bollywood movies to learn Hindi lately. And the stories are kind of predictable. And then Doctor Who comes on, and there's a snake, and the snake is 6,000 years old, and it knows the doctor. And I was like, oh, this is what storytelling really is.
Yeah.
People are having kittens.
Yes.
I know. But listen, you can't knock the Bollywood film because they are fun, and that's what being predictable is what's great about them.
Yeah, you can just tune out, almost not watch them.
Yeah.
Bollywood's incredible. They've got their own thing going on, which is fantastic.
I love it.
Have you seen the Bollywood movie Robot?
Yes.
Oh, that's a classic.
Well, that's when
so good,
and it's quite upmarket. Like that's when Bollywood really splashed out.
They just made a sequel, and I cannot wait to see it, because the first one is like, it goes for like 3 hours, as they all do, and it's about a robot that falls in love with this woman. But then there's random dream sequences that they filmed in like Machu Picchu, and you can honestly just be like, the guy was like, I'm just going to write us into Machu Picchu. Let's see if they send us there, and they fucking do.
Well, look, the best thing I think that they did to get in people who'd never watched Bollywood was they made Pride and Prejudice. Yeah. And I watched that and loved it. And after that, I had to then go and watch, real Bollywood without them trying to add a couple of Australian. Well, Martin Henderson. He's Australian, a couple of those in it. And I love it. I love the way they dance. I love the way people break into song.
Yeah.
They're quite like prudish as well about physical affection. There's a thing, you're not allowed to kiss in a Bollywood movie. But now I've started watching, just in the last 6 months or so, sometimes they'll have hardcore sex scenes in the Bollywood movie.
What?
But no one kisses. They're like, that's too much. You can't.
But they do
touch
sing
me.
while they do it.
They do.
Is that weird, is it? Have sex with somebody, not kiss
and
them.
not kiss them.
Yeah.
I don't think so either, Dawes. I don't think so either.
No, I'm not. I wasn't saying it was weird. I was just asking the question.
I don't know. It's a real commitment.
For a friend? Was it for a friend you were asking that question? Yeah.
For Archie?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Define friend.
The border collie in the corner.
Someone that you don't kiss? Oh, that's everyone for you. Sorry.
Oh, there goes my smile.
All right. It's
Hang
time.
on, get over here.
Well, that's very
There you go.
ASMR.
Yeah.
ASMR, is that what it is? Yeah. That's one of those things that, like, I experience what colorblind people when someone's like, look at these colors. Look at ASMR. I'm like, this is just irritating.
Yeah. I like
Fuck, are you sure you're the passive aggressive one? Because
Oh, no, that wasn't directed at you. It's like, people are like, oh, this ASMR
I'm outta
thing.
here.
You put your headphones on and it's like, oh, it gives you chills.
gives you chills, yeah, makes you feel...
okay, someone
Yeah, I look at
explain
my-
what the hell it is to me.
It's people making very, like, whispering noises, and it's supposed to, like, set
What?
off...
But, like, the sound of your, like, that all, like, the noises that your mouth makes. It's like someone whispering right in your ear, and apparently some
It's
people
just like
have
a bedroom
very,
voice sort of meditation.
Creepy.
Yeah, but even like sort of like tapping fingers on like a glass bottle.
And they have special microphones for them to do it as well.
Okay, that's creepy.
But when I like to watch cooking videos on YouTube, right? And I kind of hate the cooking videos where it's like the one that I like is where it's like 5 minutes. They just make the dish. You don't see the chef. You know, the ones where it's like 3 hours to like make one dish. And they're like, hey, welcome, we're going to make a dish today. So eventually,
I love this character.
oh yeah, we're going to make a fucking dish today. Come and join me. All right. So when I was a small boy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They
Yeah.
they almost go through the pottery and firing the kiln of the dish.
It's more
they're gonna
about
put it
them
in.
than it is about the dish.
Yes.
So, but eventually, if you go through the cooking videos where they don't have the host as the main thing, eventually you end up into cooking ASMR videos where it's literally just the sound of people chopping up vegetables, and then eventually you get into videos where ASMR is in the title, and you're like, is someone getting off to this? I just want to know how to cook a steak, you know?
Yeah. There's a fair bit of that going on, yeah.
Well, that was a fruitful story that everyone responded well to.
Yeah, you two, are you awake?
Much
All I
like
gotta do is, like, for
ASMR.
this episode, do some hashtags ASMR and just
Yeah,
watch your audience skyrocket.
Oh, it could be the only way.
We never launched hashtag Neris on the pod, which was
Well.
from when I stalked the woman who played Neris. Anyway,
Yeah, stalker.
all right, it's time to give it a D-whirl with Doctor Who in real life.
Woohoo!
Christopher Eccleston has said he'll appear on the Doctor Who TV show again when hell freezes over.
Oh, gee. Do you think that means never?
Maybe.
Why would he not? He's doing audios. Why
Yeah.
would he not?
Don't know.
Anyway.
Oh, he didn't give a reason?
No, he just said that he recently gave an interview on the ITV breakfast program Lorraine from his car on his way to record with Big Finish. When the host inferred that he could return to the show, he responded, "Only when hell freezes over," as the Eagles once said.
Well, you never know. There could be an episode where hell freezes over and there's Chris Eccleston.
Yeah. And then the video from his phone went blurry and the interview ended.
Oh.
Well, he's on his phone. I think he touches something and it goes crazy. But it is kind of sus where it's like, you could be on the show and he's like, oh, sorry, I'm going through a tunnel.
I suppose you get sick of being asked that. Once you go on to Doctor Who and you become known in some capacity, that's pretty much it for the rest of your life. Doesn't matter what you do. You win 97 Oscars. They go, hey, you were in Doctor Who. You go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. 15 years after he's in the role, people are still like, you were in Doctor Who. He's like, I've done other stuff.
Yeah.
What, like Thor 2, The Dark World?
Oh, only the nerds saw that.
It sounds like that cage fighter. Or maybe I am bringing testosterone through.
Ooh.
This reminds me of cage fighting, but during the fight, he crapped his pants
Oh.
quite visibly. And it was like, no matter how good he gets,
Yeah, he will
at
always
that
be
sport,
crappy.
he's the guy that shat himself.
He will always be.
Yeah.
But was it a
poopy
noble
pants.
shit? Like, was he getting
Was it a
punched?
noble
Was he
shit?
winning at the time?
It was...
Or was it just squatting in the corner?
I shit for Queen and country.
I think the fight was taking place in what looked like some sort of like retrofitted car park.
Oh.
So
yeah.
I don't think anyone was winning.
Oh.
So it was probably when you have a green room, you have snacks. It's like, oh, here you go. Here's some leftover curry from last night.
Well, apparently it was to make weight, like like in the days leading up, you do some laxatives. And this sort of didn't think
But
that.
was
sense.
he just standing there, or did the guy have him in a half Nelson? Or, I don't know
He
anything.
kind of
about
was just
cage
standing there and
fighting.
like shook
Was it
his
Hulk
leg a little
Hogan?
bit, and sort of you could see you could watch his brain process the situation from. I wonder if anyone saw that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm fine. Oh no, everyone's referring to it
Yeah.
now.
And
quite
please
clearly.
welcome to the stage, the shitter.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
reckon
You're
that's... Yeah.
always going to be poopy pants, aren't you?
Yeah. It's a good extra move, though. Like, I would submit to someone shat on my face during a cage fight. I'd submit.
You know what? As soon as you put me in the cage, I'd
That's
submit.
actually that's the evolutionary response. Like, to crap and soil yourself is so your predators go,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
thank you.
that wouldn't work with my dog Archie because he loves cat poo. Any sort of poo, really. That would just make him love you a little more.
Well, it's a good thing Archie isn't a cage fighter then.
Well, it is a
that,
good thing.
Is that weird? Is it to like cat poo?
Well,
Do you kiss it?
yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you kiss?
Well, it doesn't kiss me.
Imagine if you went and saw the shitter and you're like, fuck, you didn't even shit his pants one time.
not
I came
going
here for him to
again."
shit his pants and I didn't even get to see it. God damn it.
Yeah, he could, like really milk that, like Conor McGregor
Yeah.
style. That could be his thing and earn.
Yeah,
big
you got
bucks.
to own it and make your money from
Yeah.
it, I think.
Yeah, he should have got his agent to approach like toilet paper companies,
Yeah.
adult diapers.
You got to
Adult diapers.
got to
yeah.
turn that frown upside down, don't you? I'll tell you.
Anyway,
Have you been in
saying.
that situation?
in 1980, after the Eagles had broken up, singer Don Henley famously said that they will play together again when hell freezes over.
I don't think they liked each other very much.
No, in 1994, the Eagles reformed for a MTV special and released a live album called Hell Freezes Over. So maybe that's what Eccleston could be referring to.
I like that. Or you could be like Kiss and retire and then do a tour and then retire and then do a tour and then retire and do a tour.
How much money is the BBC putting on the table for coming back as the Doctor?
$1.50.
Like, I'll give you 20 squid.
Yeah. And your picture in the Radio Times.
And I imagine the Eagles were like, I need
Yeah.
a new mansion now.
Yeah, and the MTV was like, here's a bunch of money.
Yeah, that's true. Probably if they threw enough money at anyone, they'd go back to their roots.
Yeah, it's not like they've trained in bookkeeping or anything. Like, this is the
Yeah.
one thing
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, that's true. And that's true. And this is the thing that made you. If you hadn't been in Doctor Who, nobody would give a shit what you were doing.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of the, don't bite the hand that feeds
Yeah.
you. But anyway.
I mean, he was a film actor before he did Doctor Who. So there are
but-
some people who remember him from
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Guy Sebastian might have been like a McDonald's servo attendant.
Exactly.
Ever since Australian Idol, it's just been one music
yeah.
show after the other.
Exactly.
I loved when you served me at that McDonald's. It was the best service I've ever had.
He
well, I'm just gonna
burnt
do a
me
concert
on
if that's
national television.
He burnt you.
Well, it made it. I was Am I getting too off track?
No,
Like,
it's fine. It's
I
fine.
was like,
Tell us
by
about
the way,
how
that
Guy
reminds me
Sebastian
of that
poured
cage fighter who shat himself.
how Guy Sebastian poured petrol all over you on national
Yeah.
TV.
I had a
That's dark.
back in the day.
Yeah.
No, I had a job. I was like doing crowd warm up for not Ida. What was the other one that was
The Voice?
The Voice?
The
The Voice, yeah.
Yes.
It was down in Logan.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. And I was doing, and I was nailing it too. I actually blew my voice out to a bit. And it was
Wow.
the sort of broadcast started, and I introduced Guy Sebastian to stage, and I walked across the stage, which was quite large.
Yeah.
There was a good 3 to 4 seconds of walking.
Yeah.
And I went to give him put my hand up to say are we going to high five or shake hands? And he kind of just. I don't think he meant it. I think he was kind of looking at the crowd, and I was like, hey, ready for a high five. And I was like, I wonder if anyone saw that. Then my mate texted me 2 weeks later after it actually went to air.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me looking super awkward. Just sort of all right, I'll get up to the stage now. Okay, right.
Should have run
He
up
seemed like
behind
a
him,
nice guy.
slapped him on the back of
Yeah.
the head.
Yeah, I think it was just an honest mistake. It wasn't like an actual burn, but I was like, oh, that was...
Just turn around and be like, we always do that. That's what we always do. All right, I'm gonna go backstage and cry. Bye.
Yeah. He seems like a super nice guy, but
Maybe he doesn't have peripheral vision.
yeah, maybe the hair got in the way. Although
Yeah.
it's not big anymore, so I don't know.
My biggest secret is I don't have peripheral vision.
Oh, is that your biggest secret, Adam? I think
No,
you've
I
got
was
more.
pretending to be Guy
Oh,
Sebastian.
he does not even sound like that.
Oh, I was
That sucked.
mainly doing Batman. Guy Sebastian, are you Batman? No, I don't have peripheral vision though.
Well, you can't be Batman without peripheral vision.
No.
No,
What kind of superhero would that
Yeah,
be?
that's right. Tunnel vision.
non-peripheral vision,
He'd be
man.
really good at focusing on the task at hand. though.
I want you to thread this needle, Batman. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm good
There's
at.
a
time
bank
to
being robbed behind you. I'm busy. Thank you very much.
Where are these voices coming from to the side of me? Is that Robin?
I got one job, people. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Our episode today is Gridlock, Series 3, Episode 3, written by Russell T Davies and directed by Richard Clarke. Originally aired on the BBC Saturday, April 14th, 2007.
I thought it was later than that.
No, 13 years ago.
Yeah, but no, 2007. I think they actually did a decent job. Yeah. It was better than Cats.
That's, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, is that
excuse me.
talking point?
No,
Yeah.
You are right.
So
now,
Cats came out 2020, right?
yes.
Yeah, 2019, end of 2019, start of 2020.
Yes.
And Doctor Who nailed the cat face. I mean, Mittens was pretty offended by it.
Yeah. I've got to say that friend of the show, the host, Scott Driscoll, when we were talking about Cats, he said what they should have done was, got the Doctor Who people because they knew how to do Cats when they were making the movie. And someone should have said, you can't do Cats in a movie. And Doctor Who went, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Hold my beer,
Yes.
I'm doing it. They do Cats well.
That was the most disturbing part of this episode to me. One, the cat, and also the fact that this cat has children that are purely cat.
Yes.
No
Yes, yeah,
human
yeah,
DNA.
yeah.
He's obviously slept with his cat ex-girlfriend. And she doesn't ask any questions.
Well, he's obviously snuck out of the car one night.
Yeah.
And he and the cat girlfriend, he and Novice Hayne have gotten it on.
I assume they start off as kittens, and then as they grow older, they start walking on two legs.
Kind of
Like
tadpole
salamanders.
situation. Yeah.
Or maybe it's like 50-50. Some of them turn into full cats, and some of them turn into like bipedal cats.
Oh, really?
I also want to know where
Awkward family
where those
reunions.
genes started in that world.
Yeah.
Like, what was the first, human cat hybrid?
Human to fuck a
Well,
cat is what you're asking.
That's what
obviously.
I was.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was in my head. I'm thinking it's probably more of a science experiment. Going, let's make a cat person.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Island Moreau. That's the thing, isn't it? Dr. Island Moreau.
Yeah. Dr. Island Moreau. I've named this island after myself.
Dr. Island
the
Moreau's
island of Dr. Moreau.
which was a really disturbing performance
yes.
from Marlon Brando. That's actually, watching that movie is funny because
He had many disturbing performances later in life.
Yeah, Val Kilmer was so, apparently it was like the worst shoot ever. Like, it was just this absolute nightmare. And Val Kilmer literally was like, you know what? I have to act in these scenes, but I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And it's like, towards the end of the film, he's just like sitting in a chair, like wearing a baseball cap, totally out of character, just sitting down going, just like yelling his lines. And watching you going, like, okay, they tried to make this work, but it's kind of
Marlon
hilarious.
Brando had free reign over the entire movie. He saw a little person. He's like, my character is going to have that person. He's going to dress like me. He's going to be with me in every scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I know. Well, you can understand Val just mailing it in by some point going, you know what? I just got to get this over with. And Haven't you all been in a job or at a gig where you've gone, I just got to get through this now and get out?
I just wish I had the clout to be like, all right, I get paid to be here, but I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And not get fired for it.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nice.
Would that be really good, especially if you were doing a horror film and you could do things like, oh, no, here comes the killer. Well, I better go and run upstairs because I'm a dickhead. That would be fun.
I really love the meta take on the script where the main character just constantly shits all over the killer.
People are sick of fourth walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've had too much of it.
Is it called fifth wall if they're talking to the camera and then the camera zooms around and it's an actual wall that they're talking to? Is that what fifth wall is? That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
We start as we always do with a short synopsis. The Doctor takes Martha to the far future, to the slums of New York. Martha gets kidnapped and ends up on the motorway. Taking chase, the Doctor finds out there's something wrong with the motorway. No one ever leaves. There's the Face-a-Bow, mood patches, cat people, and the Macra. But in the end, Martha will find out all about who the Doctor really is. We start off with Ma and Pa in their flying car, calling for the police for something outside.
And there's no police. I've got to say that when you said we're going to do this episode, my little heart sank because I remember not enjoying this and thinking it was a bit blur.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Not as beige as I remember, but it was for me the This was a series where there were some great episodes, and then there were just some where I wanted to slap the Doctor in the face, and this is one of them.
What pissed you off so much about the Doctor?
Well, he's still going on about his former companion, Rose. Like, you know, I'm over it by then.
And keeps shitting on Martha.
And shitting all
He's
over
like,
Martha,
no,
who's a
you
doctor.
You don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, have some empathy,
Yeah.
dude.
He's, you know, oh, she must mean, oh, I hardly know her. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to bring her back because I have to.
Yeah.
And, you know,
he does hide behind his quips a lot. Like, just say something real, Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quipping all the time.
Yeah, and usually I don't mind that, but he's got to have some empathy and something with his companion.
Mars says it's all Pa's fault because he lied and said they have 3 passengers, even though we're told later it's an automatic system and can't be cheated.
Yeah, so why do they bother kidnapping Martha
Yeah.
when it can be cheated?
Sometimes it can,
Can't be
sometimes
cheated,
it can't.
yeah.
Story reasons. You'll find out there's a lot of points in this episode. Story reasons. As the car gets ripped apart, Sally Calypso, tells us she's missing you already.
Oh, God, wouldn't that annoy you? You got that for 23 years.
Yeah.
Missing you already. I'm going to shoot myself now.
Sing a hymn today. Like, oh, fuck again. Do you play any other songs?
Do we have any other hymns?
People do talk about that's the radio voice, isn't it? The way she talks, and people assume that's what radio personalities are supposed to sound like.
Do you have that for because you're a radio personality?
I try to just talk normally because people don't want, hey, you're listening to the Traffic FM, and they don't want to hear that anymore.
You hear that a lot on commercial radios, like the morning where they're like, oh, I'm just going to go do a bit of a radio show. Hey, how's it going? Hey, welcome. You're listening to Boozo and the Hound. All right, Hound. Fart, 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 fart. All right, that's the Hound.
Yes. Now, you were on radio as well, weren't you?
Oh.
Well,
Dawes?
I wouldn't say that. I was literally for a
Did
very
Guy
long
Sebastian
time.
get you kicked off radio?
Wow, he really had it in for you.
But funnily enough, I actually met Guy Sebastian doing that because I was the
getting you kicked
I was
off radio?
the on location man. So most of my weekends were come on down to Bunnings Warehouse, get yourself some ripperdoodles, and but funny enough, a lot of people I worked in that job with. It was actually still the funnest job I've ever had. Like it was like we got to do fun stuff. Occasionally I got let to do more cool stuff, but it was kind of few and far between. But actually the person I started working there with is Tommy Little.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, I mean he probably is quite jealous of how I've turned out.
Yeah. I suppose he's probably asking you all the time to give him a bit of a leg up in the industry.
Oh, constantly.
Yeah. Tommy.
Blowing my phone up.
He's up.
Hey, mate, can you get me on that D4WH podcast? That was sick.
Yeah. Or as we said in our last podcast, most of our guests stare into their coffee cup going, how the fuck do I get into this and how do I get out?
Having just visited Shakespeare, the Doctor is having second thoughts about letting his young female companion run back to her ordinary life. So he suggests a trip to a different planet. Wrong suggestion because now Martha wants to see his planet, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
I didn't get that.
No. It's just, it had to be a penis joke.
Yeah. Well.
The Doctor lies and says his planet is fine and well, but boring. Shall we go to the planet I visited with my ex instead? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Let me take you to the slummy, scummy part of it.
Yeah. She got to see the nice part.
Yeah.
We're going to take you to the shit part.
That's like Dave taking me to somewhere he took his ex-girlfriend, but we're sitting near the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas they got to sit on the balcony.
Hello, monsieur. Welcome back. Would you like the place beside the fire? No. Can you give us a place by the toilet? Of course. Nobody ever wants to sit there. It is so stinky.
As a minority also, I was like, he gets this minority girlfriend. He's like, you know where we should go? To the ghetto.
Yeah.
You people love the ghetto, don't you?
You'll be down with it, Martha. You'll be down with it.
And also, like, I don't know, how did she come into the Doctor's life?
Oh, just randomly. She was kidnapped by aliens.
And he was at the same time.
Yeah, because I was also thinking, like, if he's scrolling through, like, a phone book of people's names, it's like, Martha, that sounds the most Caucasian thing ever.
Yeah.
And-
You think he's disappointed in his choices.
I was thinking that, because that was the thing that struck me. It's like, wow, she's, like, the hottest Martha in the history of Marthas.
I think she is just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And I met her at a Doctor Who convention yes, I am a nerd. And she came up to about my waist, I think.
Oh,
She
really?
is
You are
teeny.
a giantess, though.
I
aren't you?
am. I am
exactly.
9,000 feet. And she is teeny tiny, like I could have popped her in my pocket. And the sweetest thing, where's your name from? Oh, well, it's Italian, blah, blah, blah. Where most of the others, if you meet them, it's like the worst one night stand ever. Lean in, take a photo, get out of bed, off you go.
I don't know if you understand this, but you don't have to fuck them when you meet them. Yeah. You don't actually have to do that.
I'm
every
not
single
going to
time.
any more conventions if there's not going to be sex.
I'm so sorry.
And
God, that
how
sucks.
long was what's the actress's name?
Freema Jamin.
Freema.
Freema, yeah.
That's cool. I wish I had a cool name.
Yeah.
Doors.
Andrew Dawson.
Well,
So
Do you know,
Caucasian.
well, here's a fun fact. You know,
you could change it
that
to Andre.
Andrew is not my actual first name.
Oh,
It's
what
my
is it?
middle name.
What's your first name?
It's embarrassing.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, I've spoken.
Yeah, that's
I'm
his
Jean-Claude
whole
Van Damme, Andrew Dawson.
first name. Yeah.
No, it's Albert.
Albert.
I'm actually Albert Dawson.
Yeah.
Are you? You are not.
Yeah, no, I actually
You're
am.
way more an Andrew than an Albert.
But kids at school,
Birdie.
like in primary school, used to tease me a lot because it was just a name that, like, it's a dead name, Albert. But everyone, and I think Mum decided, well, let's just call you Andrew. So, like,
Albie.
just with
So your parents kind of decided we'll just call you Andrew.
yeah, but my birth certificate name is Albert. Yeah.
But Albie Mangles was the World Safari guy when I was growing up, and he was got all the hot girls, and then we found out he was faking most of what he was doing. But still, his name was Albert, and they called him Albie. Albie's cool.
But I wish now because it's actually a better comedy name.
Yeah.
Because there's no other Albert Dawsons around.
No.
Yeah.
Andrew's a good name.
So why didn't you look up to that random person Nicchia just mentioned and none of us have fucking heard about?
Is his last name actually Mangles?
If you don't know Albie Mangles, then you don't know World Safari 1, 2,
I'm sorry,
3,
but it
4,
sounds like a
5, and
Stephen
6.
King character. Albie Mangles came out of the darkness and killed everybody.
But he was the first person to do and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm thinking if it's the right Albie Mangles, not just thinking of someone else. But he was sort of like the first of the Steve Irwin type of documentarians.
But he would go all around the world. He would do the world safaris, and he would always have a hot girl in a bikini with him because it was the 70s. And
He's got all this protective clothing on, and she's like, "Can I have some sunscreen?" And
No.
he's like,
Was he in Budgie
Shut up,
Smugglers
woman.
a lot? Was he that kind of adventurer?
he'd wear stubby shorts, when stubby shorts were big in the 70s, and the shorter your shorts.
Are they not big anymore? Just be back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Who wears short
How
shorts?
awkward. I didn't know that Ashwin would be wearing his stubbies this week.
He's wearing his ball bra, as we talked about
I
before.
know,
the
and it is
podcast.
beautiful and lacy. I do like that. He's made the effort for me.
He's showing a little bit of ball cleavage, which I do appreciate.
Me too.
Lacy Aggression is
Yeah.
my
Lacy
new
Aggression.
name.
Could have had a small wax, but still, we'll go with it.
They head to New York. Rose got to see the beautiful fields of Bafflegrass. Martha gets to see the slums and the pharmacists who push mood drugs which alter someone's mood.
All right, here's my question.
Yeah.
If they had mood drugs, right, you could turn up, you could get it, you could stick it on your neck, it's just a little bit. Would you do it?
Yeah, I'd take a patch.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is you can do that in this world.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Have you not been to a festival?
Oh, well, I was going to say, as opposed to the mood-altering drugs that I take at the moment, which...
No, I mean that freely available. You walk down the street.
I think it would be something. But
Okay.
I would want to know the what happens when you.
Well, what if it does exactly what it says?
But yeah, what's the long term effects?
Oh.
Like I have this was the
don't
scene that I've got
overthink this.
I've got the most questions about this.
Yeah.
this
God.
scene.
I don't want classical moods. I'd want one like Schadenfreude. But then
that
I'm
would
glad
be
I'm not
great.
you or ennui. Some of those French and German moods that no one else feels.
That'd be fantastic.
I would like the "I told you so" and "know-it-all" movie.
Yes.
The smug mood.
Yeah. My sense of superiority is wearing off right now. I'm really going to need another
I'm
hit.
glad I took that patch.
Ashwin, what's the French one you mentioned? Because it's one of those things that's
Ennui.
like lost in translation for other. What's
It's
the
sort of like Adam, you might know better, like a sadness about life or a gloominess.
Yeah.
It's like the Eeyore. You can be Eeyore or you can be Piglet.
Yes.
You see, it's the Eeyore. I would like one that is a bit more, I like smug.
Yeah.
That's called cocaine.
Is it? I thought that was called asshole. But I would like to take one that gave me white male superiority. Ooh. That one would be good. I could pop that on.
So what would you feel if you stuck that on right now? What would you be thinking?
Well, besides the fact that I'd be earning more money and asking for it, definitely, I would just that would be a combination of I told you so, I know everything, smug.
Be careful, though, because you might put it on and then you'll be dead.
Why would I be dead?
Because you wouldn't live as long.
No, because you'd all kill me.
You'd put on the patch and then you'd wake up the next morning and find out you sent a picture of your vagina to everybody.
Yeah,
your friends.
It's like, what?
Again.
Oh, no.
But I wouldn't feel worried about it because I'd know that they wanted to see it.
Yeah. Well, but after the patch wears off, you'd be like, oh, God, I'm so horrified.
Oh, embarrassing. Get another one. All right, so you can get one, but you can only get classic moods.
Yeah.
What's the one that you would use the most? Have a think about that.
Bliss.
Bliss?
I'm fucking dying from Bliss,
well,
baby.
Yeah.
Okay, Bliss, yeah.
What a way to die, by the way.
You Bliss as well? No?
But I suppose, am I going to be wearing it for the rest of my life? Or just...
You have to wear it for the next 10 years.
Okay. I'd probably would go with some sort of love feeling.
Yeah.
I guess.
You don't think you could overdo yourself if you did the love thing? You might love too much, too hard.
It seems like that's better
too
than...
quickly.
Because I think I have a friend who has something... She has like the polar opposite of depression.
Oh.
Everything is always so amazing. Oh my God. And it's genuine. People are like, everyone who meets her is like, how much ecstasy is she taking?
Yeah.
And she doesn't even touch drugs. She's just the happiest person. Everything is always so beautiful. And it's, I was like, I wish I could do that because I am the opposite of that. I'm pessimistic as.
Well, that's why you're a comedian and she has a normal life.
Oh, she sings a lot because, you know,
there you go,
happy.
Yeah. Maybe singers are the happy version of comedians.
And I got to tell you, people like that, I love them.
Oh, they're great.
They make you, they remind you that, it could all be worse. Because, sometimes you say, could it be worse? Ah, yes, it could. And here's how it could all go bad for me. And they see the good. What do you reckon?
I'd probably go for nonchalance.
Oh.
Because I think love is quite exhausting and happiness is quite exhausting. And also, if I could just get a little bit like Indian for the first time. I know I always am saying Indian things, but the idea is to transcend the body and the mind. And this mood is locking you into your own body. Like, I'm a happy person, I'm a sad person. Whereas you want to transcend, you need the no mood mood. So that you realize your inherent oneness with the quantum.
I want to take my answer back. And
you want to be Ashwin.
I want Ashwin's.
We're all taking Ashwin's.
I
want what he's cooking. Yeah.
The transcendental living outside of my limitations.
Yeah, there is no I sort of mood.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like that's the thing because I started meditating this year because
not to brag
spare
or
time.
anything, but
yeah. And I think I'm just getting better at it. But the whole idea of like realizing that the sensation you have is that feeling of being inside your own head, and that's something I never really considered. Like you exist behind your eyes, and trying to.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Get outside
but
of
I'm
that.
always
So
inside
I'm
my
on
own
board
head
with Ashwin's.
analysing everybody else. So,
I'm bored with the voice in my head who I've now called Beryl. Beryl.
Yes,
Beryl never has anything
Beryl
good.
will be the next doctor's sidekick.
Beryl never has anything nice to say.
Should be like and just like completely like misaligned name. It'd be like an Inuit or something. Beryl from Alaska.
Yeah.
Beryl. This is Beryl from Alaska. I like that. Mm-hmm.
I also like the concept of Inuit ennui. Like, that's just a beautiful. Just really sad about ice.
So, and you're going for bliss.
Yeah, I'll go for bliss. As opposed to the drugs I take now, which could just be called not depression.
Yeah. It's almost like bleh.
Yeah. I know. I like the idea of love, though. I just don't. Would it be you love yourself? Like it makes you love yourself, or it makes you feel like people love you?
Well, it's not about
you wouldn't want to, because that's the thing. You wouldn't want it to cloud your judgment. I think like it would be something that you wouldn't want to be insufferable. So like it could be like walking this answer back because Ashwin's is so much better than mine. I'm just like, let me think about it more deeply.
But I like the idea of
you're so competitive.
You take the love and you're like, oh, I really love myself, but I'm also still aware that everybody else probably fucking hates me.
No. Beryl goes away.
Yeah.
But I think it would be. So, and I know I'm probably getting way too into this than we need to, but it would be something like, you know how like when you have like a, like someone who passes away and you have that moment of, I should tell more people, like how much they mean to me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be in stuff like calling and saying, "Oh my God, I just love you so much." It would be something where you just appreciate the moments of life more because you sort of see the
And you tell people, just not all the time, but occasionally. I like to, whenever I see somebody who looks really good, or even if I don't always know them, or they've got a nice outfit, I always like to go, "I love your shoes," or something like that, because that makes somebody's day. And I'm not, it's not insincere. I'm not, "Oh, I love your shoes."
No.
So,
The gratitude patch.
Yes, maybe that.
Can I ask who's been making all of these mood patches for the last 24 years? If it was the people on the upper levels, then how do they still have them? And how come nobody's noticed that everyone's dead?
Yeah, it's a bit of a...
Are we going to put holes in storyline?
Yeah. Oh, that's the whole point of the podcast.
Well, how much time do we have?
If it was the people on the lower levels who were making their own drugs, how come the person who made Bliss isn't still making it?
Yeah. Or did they take it as well?
Yeah, or did they go up to the higher levels and take it?
And do they have like a warehouse of it and they are running low?
Well, they don't seem to be. They're still selling them.
Yeah. As a possible, like most drug dealers, they just make it themselves in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this contact is really sticky.
It's all just vanilla essence. And
I cut this ennui with rat poison and...
I don't know. Yes, no, please, plot holes must be exposed.
That's the most fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm nearly having a stroke with where I want to start with that.
Go for it.
Get going.
How do you think, like, her opinion, the woman who wanted to forget that her parents had gone to the road, she puts a patch on to forget her family, but I'm like, well, her reaction made no sense to me. She's like, "Oh, my parents."
She doesn't even remember the motorway. She's like, "Oh, well, that's nice."
And it's like, what? I wanted to see her story play out because what she's going to go back home and be like, "Who are these pictures of these people when I'm a kid? Who are these people?" And she would have gone down this journey of like, "Oh my God, who are these people?" And then like years later, she's realised that she's put that patch on her neck.
Yeah, because she would have forgotten it.
"Oh, I'm an orphan. I've always been an orphan. I don't know who these pictures are. They must have come with the frames."
Yeah, and I could just see the like vicious cycle of going like, "Oh my God, I've realised that 10 years ago I patched away my parents." And then now she does a patch to forget that again, just this on and on.
Why doesn't forget
memento.
mean that she forgets her name or how to talk?
Yeah, like
or
how does
walk?
it know to just
Or
forget
how to
her
dress
parents?
yourself.
Like she goes home and she's like, "I've got to write a note," and she goes, "Oh, I've forgotten how to write.
There are some actually
I
experimental.
should eat, but I forgot how to do
I
it.
forgot how to breathe," and she just drops down dead.
There's actually trials of forget drugs.
Really?
Yeah, for people with horrific PTSD.
Oh, I knew that,
and
but I forgot.
It's like it's still in the stages of being, but it's interesting because then there's a lot of philosophical questions that come out of it, but they target specific memories.
Is that like a reboot of your personality? Go back to default settings, factory settings.
No, it's from my understanding of it. And I watched a documentary. When I say documentary, I watched a YouTube clip.
Right.
That is so not a documentary.
Did the YouTube clip tell you about how the election was faked? And
Oh yeah, totally. Yep. Anyway, so interesting.
Yeah. But it looks like it comes in a Mentos packet. That's quite sophisticated neurochemistry that this little condom-shaped packet thing is doing. We just supposed to
and then she turns to the camera and she's like, "Mentos for the fresh maker when you want to forget your parents,
But not how to breathe.
but not how to breathe. Mentos fresh.
Yeah.
Don't forget how to breathe." That's their slogan.
I just... That really annoyed me from the whole thing. I kept thinking, she can't even get home. She's forgotten that.
Imagine if you were like, "Don't forget how to breathe. Don't forget how to breathe. Don't forget." You put it on, you're like, "Fuck, forgot how to breathe." Bam.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to remember?
Maybe do you think partly it was her acting? Like the brief in the Doctor Who script was, make it look like you've forgotten your parents. But she acted like she just had a lobotomy.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what's going on in
I
life.
mentioned not only does the patch make her forget her mother and father, but it also takes away her husky voice. Because she goes from like, "Hello, doctor, how are you?" And then she's like, "Hi, how are you? Bye."
Maybe I could just get that patch.
Hello.
She floats away like Mr. Burns on the Simpsons.
Yeah.
You love and peace.
Like, what if she had a voice in radio that depended on her husky voice, a job, and now she's fired?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that jazz singing career she had.
Yeah.
That her parents sent her to school for.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's all right. She's not going to make it there. She forgot how to breathe. It'll be okay.
She has a radio show like Frasier Crane where people call in to talk about their problems with their parents. And she's like, "Well, that's nice. My parents are gone." And they're like, "This show is doing terribly now because you don't remember your parents."
I don't have parents. Yay.
Do you reckon that was like a cat situation and she came out as a human.
I think so. I think so. And
She
I
was
think if
the
you
runt
threw
of
a
the
ball
litter.
of string
Because you
at
want to
her.
hope that you get kittens because kittens are cute and
And cheaper to look after.
yeah, and
Yeah. Human babies are smelly.
No.
how does she feed them all?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
That means you have to wait until they're like...
Oh God, I hope she bottle feeds
You said we were
them.
pointing out plot holes, guys.
Yeah.
No, that's true. There were many things, but how she feed...
All
Maybe,
right, kids, line up.
Yeah.
maybe she's got several nipples. I don't know.
Yeah, because they didn't show the rest of her body, did they?
Well,
We only
sorry,
get
she
to see her
didn't pull a
head.
top up at any point.
No, and it is a downfall of Doctor Who that they never do get
Yeah.
characters to just whip their tops off, except
Yeah.
for Captain Jack. Always does it.
Always whipping his top off.
Yeah.
Maybe she expresses the milk and then just has like a feeder.
Yeah, but you would think that evolution at some point would be coming up with something.
Was her husband Dougal?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, he
cool.
was.
Yeah, I
he
thought
was
that,
Dougal
like-
from Father Ted.
Yeah,
yes.
nice.
And he was also for the inspector from Death in Paradise, the
Yes.
last one that they had. Yeah, but no, because of the voice straight away, I said, oh, Death in Paradise. I know where he's from. Because if it's an English murder mystery, I'm so old now, I watch it.
Yes, so he was on Death in Paradise with Danny John Jules, who played a cat person in Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf, yes,
Ooh.
he was.
So
There
that's
you
his
go.
connection. Ardell O'Hanlon.
Hang on. Woo.
Ooh, I'm a ghost for some reason.
Weirdo.
Suddenly, the MacGuffins rush in and kidnap Martha for some reason.
Were they called the MacGuffins?
No. I call them MacGuffins because they further the plot.
Yes, and
But they are
find
a
them.
wonderfully good-looking couple, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh
Yes,
yeah.
very
For
cute,
people
yeah.
who are from the slums, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was quite hot for
I
both
am
of
sick
them.
to death of the underprivileged slum people in New York being portrayed as
Yeah.
Irish people.
Yeah. As MacGuffins.
They're way hotter than the people who live up the top because they're all dead.
Like I love how like the street tough drug dealers like this delightful Irish lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, would you like a little mood there?
You make you feel all warm and
Happy.
And then when he doesn't buy it, he's like, get the fuck out of here.
He was really upset. The doctor was really upset
Yeah.
about that situation.
Yeah, what was his rage about? I didn't understand why he was
That's
so
right.
angry.
He's not living in the slums with the shitty life that he has.
Yeah.
So leave these people have some.
Yeah, I think the doctor just doesn't like
Unprivileged much?
drugs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. He's just being all.
Like for a Time Lord, he seemed quite close-minded to
Yeah. Yeah.
drug use.
You have to understand that some people it is an escape from.
Because he gets
The
to
suburbs.
escape.
I mean,
his
the
whole
slums.
existence is escaping.
Yes, that's exactly right. Not everyone can have a TARDIS, Doctor.
But if they were selling alcohol, it'd be okay. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
drug that we're okay with, is it? But also, the doctor screams at them and goes, "Get out!" And then
And
by
they
the end,
go?
they go instead of being like, "Who the fuck was that?" arsehole?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and where's the enforcer? It's like, you don't tell us what to do.
yeah.
I know.
Oh, but no one has guns. The guns don't.
No, you don't want guns. And
So Joe Biden's, whole take away everyone's guns thing must have worked in that.
it
that
did
universe,
work.
yeah.
It's an alternate universe. That's where Trump conceded and said, "Well done," and moved on with his life.
That's an alternate universe.
Completely.
The doctor heads back to the exposition characters, the pharmacists, who tell him all about the motorway, everyone goes there eventually, and the fast lane. Bada bing, bada boom, we're all caught up.
Yeah.
Martha wakes up in the space car and uses their gun to threaten them to take her back. Turns out it's not a real gun, though, so Martha resolves herself to her fate.
Yeah, but she doesn't, they say it's not a real gun. She goes, oh, okay, and pops
Yeah.
it
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
I would go, I'm going to test this theory out.
Yeah, and
Bang, 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 bang. Well, fuck, it was a real gun.
Liars.
Yeah, and Martha actually triggered me when she found out how long that she's going to be there.
Yeah.
With the way she goes, what?
Yeah.
And that just I was like, oh my God, that was every girlfriend I've ever had.
What do you mean it's going to take 6 years?
I know
get
I
rid
said
of
they'd
you.
be there at 8 for that important thing, but yeah, I can't. What?
Are you late for everything? Are you known as Andrew Late Dawson?
I've been living in Brisbane for, 6 years now, and I keep on estimating how long it takes me to get places. I was like, that's a 10-minute drive away.
But are you chronically a person who underestimates how long things will take? Do you say, oh, that job will take me 5 minutes when it
I'm
really will take you
terrible
half
at
an hour?
self-organisation. Horrific.
Go.
And I think I'm done. I do productive. Let's make this all about me,
Yeah,
guys.
sure. Tell us about it, Andrew.
No, I'm all good. Continue. Yeah, like I just don't understand why people can't stand me. Apparently, I just I draw things out and make things go for longer
This
than they should
podcast
because
is a farce,
start
and we're
talking
just here
about
for your
myself.
intervention. So.
So, no, but I'm interested. So, Ashwin, are you a late or an early or an on-time person?
I'm as late as you can be person. Like even today when I was coming to this podcast, I got here 15 minutes early and then I saw Dawson was going to be a bit late.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I'm just going to sit in the park and enjoy some ants. I don't want to be like 7 minutes early. I'm going to enjoy the ants until it's exactly time.
I knew that you were going to be here today, Ashwin. I was like, I want to give Ashwin some ant time.
Yeah.
That was very, but then
You're
some
welcome.
kids came to have a picnic near me and I was like, oh, you're ruining my ant time.
Oh.
Like who
That's
sits
a
next
good
to a
park
stranger?
to sit in. I do that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, because it feels slightly criminal.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like you might be planning, plotting, or just doing something a little bit naughty that you shouldn't know about.
Yes.
Or you've just had a huge spat with your spouse.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be too far from home.
Yes. Yeah. Like if I was the Doctor Who, I wouldn't land in that park and leave my TARDIS there unattended.
No, someone would steal
Can
it.
people
Yeah.
see the TARDIS who are not Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
everyone can see it.
It still looks like a police box.
To
Okay.
everybody.
But what if your city architecture doesn't naturally have police boxes like the Gold Coast?
Well, originally the TARDIS was supposed to blend in with wherever you were, but the Doctor's is stuck as a police box.
And he could fix it, but he doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah. And so now the BBC have the rights to use the image of the police box, so therefore it will never change.
I just hope he doesn't go to any US city in 2020.
Yeah, it just becomes a big gun.
Hi guys,
Yeah.
here's my police box. Why is it on fire?
Yeah.
Defund the TARDIS.
Bring in the military to get rid of it.
To be fair, the BBC every year does try to defund the TARDIS, so they try and take more and more money out. Martha's kidnappers are Milo and Sheen, which sounds like a sequel to Milo and Otis.
Oh,
Much like the Japanese film, Milo and Sheen are going on a big adventure, dogged by rumours of animal abuse.
Did you say Milo and Otis was a Japanese film?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It was originally
Wow.
a Japanese, yeah.
Really?
Is that why Milo died 35 times?
Well, yeah, probably.
I don't know. You've ruined it for me. Now I forgot
What did
Milo
my brain
died.
just do then? Why did I assume, is that because Japanese would kill cats?
Yeah.
No, but it's
More
also
than
because
like
movie...
the 100 horses that died making every Western movie
but it's also
ever.
because the movie has had rumours of animal abuse since it came out, basically.
Yeah, the waterfall scene. Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Like, there's rumours that like they killed all these kittens and they broke a kitten's paw so it would walk funny. And...
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. I
Get
really
some
should not.
Great
I
film
should
though.
not
Great
let my
kids film.
children watch this movie, should
No.
I?
Yeah, but they've done investigations and no one's been able to find any actual proof, so
Okay.
they're not 100% sure if that actually happened or not. So
Just when you think you can trust what you read online.
it was released in the 80s, but yeah, I used to watch it all the time when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't.
I
a
used to
kid.
love those like Akira Kurosawa movies.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
to see like
Great.
a Milo and Otis samurai movie where they're just defending a village and they got to arm up.
Yeah.
Dudley Moore does the voiceover.
Yeah.
He was the guy who did the voiceover, Dudley Moore.
But no white person can do a Japanese accent, so you can't even launch into that right
Yeah,
now.
No, we
Nicchia?
would.
No.
No. Don't make me a patsy. I've got Beryl.
Sheen is wearing an honesty patch, but why would you ever wear that?
Yeah.
Either she put it on before the kidnapping, so why would you want to be honest during your kidnapping?
Yeah.
Or she put it on when they got in the car, when it was just the three of them.
Or her controlling husband made her wear it so that
Why would you want to be locked in a car with him for 6 years then?
because he said you should be.
Oh, God.
Because he's your controlling husband.
That's a dangerous patch. She'd be like, I think your testicles are a bit small.
Yeah.
I want it bigger.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
The ability for people around you to filter what their opinions are.
Yeah, that's what you want, really, isn't it?
No one wants white. We all need white lies. We need a wall of them between us and other humans.
We do, because you don't want to say to someone, well, that would look nice if your hips weren't quite as big as that.
Yeah.
Here,
that's
take the big lies patch. Oh, it's the biggest I've ever had. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad.
honesty patch. When someone has sex with you, you go, how's that? And you go, well, you know what? I would have rather read a book, but anyway, let's move on.
I had my work Christmas party during the week, and they had a photo booth, and they had all the usual like signs that you could use. One of the signs said "World's Okayest Employee." And I was like, that's me. That's me. Hey, how's Adam doing his job? He's doing
He's okay. He's okay.
And the other side was like, world's best employee. And I was like, that's a big thing to live up to.
Well, it is. But the thing with being honest is you have to be like alcohol, can make you quite honest with how you're feeling. And I very, very sadly watched a friend of mine who is lovely and sweet and very good with white lies lose her filter.
Oh.
And she's chatting away with a woman who was many sizes larger than most people. And they're chatting away and they're having a great time and they're getting on. And she walks over to me, who is like, 6 inches away from this woman, and goes, "Hey, I just made a fat friend."
Oh, my goodness.
And I went, "Are you being ironic?"
I have people in my own team who don't even need alcohol because there's a Mexican restaurant near where I work, so sometimes I get lunch from there, and I get a bag to make it easy to carry back up. And one time, one of the girls who sat near me was like, "Oh, you got a bag? Must have ordered a lot of food for them to give you a bag." And I was like, "I asked for a bag."
The thing that I always get with work is that people will come out of a meeting and people go, "God, I hope I didn't offend you, Nicchia, when I said blah, blah." And I'm like, "What?" And I've realized I'm really hard to offend because I don't know that I'm being offended unless you really say, "I am about to offend you, Nicchia." So there you go.
And then I sent a joke to you and your husband and spent the next 2 days backtracking because I was worried that you both hated me.
Yeah, I know. He said, "Oh, is your husband sensitive?" And I said, "He's married to me."
I know, but I was like, yeah, anyway. They think the trip 10 miles to Brooklyn will take about 6 years, so good thing they kidnapped a medical student to help with the birth.
Could you imagine being stuck?
Yeah.
I like my car.
They were cool cars, though.
Yeah, but you've got to drink and eat your own waste.
And did we establish why people can't just walk to where they want to go?
No one ever brings that up.
No.
Because I was watching it. I didn't watch this at 2 a.m.
Because it's
last
not
night.
a flying car.
Yeah. Because it's all space things. I don't know. The Undercity,
I don't know. Yeah, so you watched it, at 3 in the
You're coming
morning?
here with your other modes. Also, it's not very futuristic because there's no Lime scooters anywhere in the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like if there's no scoots. No.
Yeah. If there's no scoots, there's no toots. I don't know what that means, but...
Maybe there's no footpaths, maybe...
Because all these people stuck in traffic. Like, I get it. I've got to suspend my disbelief. But, like, that's...
Yes, that does help.
It's kind of on overload
Yeah,
with watching Doctor Who.
I didn't even pick that
I'll
up.
pretend that these people aren't
Did
questioning.
you watch Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
Yes, I did.
How much did you have to suspend your...
Well, it's kind of weird in that because it's so... And you're right. And I had this conversation similar with a friend who's really into, like, pro wrestling. I'm like, how? I don't understand. None of it's real. It's like, yeah, but movies aren't real.
Yeah,
I'm like,
true.
okay, yeah, you got me.
Pro wrestling is soap opera for men. I worked that out.
We also
That's what
get to
it
see
is.
Supermen, like these 6'6" giant bodybuilders landing on each other's heads.
Yeah, which I think is a man thing.
And then everyone's super surprised and sad when their hearts explode when they turn 50.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was such a great man who was taking all those steroids. I can't believe his heart just gave out.
Yeah. But it's a good 50 years. It's a lot of body
It's an
slams, a lot of
intense 50 years,
suplexes. Yeah. Also, this is quite a privileged show because when I was watching this, like, smoggy highway you're trapped for 6 years, like, this is just a New Delhi public transport system. What are they talking about? Why is this a fantasy episode?
That's good. When China had some, I think it happens a lot, but they had a traffic jam that lasted like 11 days.
Wow.
And because they were on those like 20 lane. Yeah, I saw
God.
But to the point where people just sort of started going like, yep, we're like some American woman was like on her way back to the airport and it's like, oh, the traffic's really bad. And like walking down, how long have you guys been here for? Like, oh, I've been here like 3 days. Yeah. And just this like,
I do not have the patience for that shit. And I would like to put a call out to everybody in Australia for when you're merging, zipper merge. Let one person in and we won't all have to sit there, you dickheads. Anyway, I'm all right now.
Or I hate where there's a merging lane so that the lanes can go from like 2 to 1 or 3 to 2. And then some dude who's like all the way down the back is like, oh, I could get an extra couple of seconds and drives all the way. And I'm like, I'm still fucking ahead of you, mate. You get behind me, you son of a bitch.
and then they look at you like you're the bad person when you don't let them in. It's like, oh my gosh, why would you do that to me?
You start to hate random people who just, but it just
Start
like,
to.
if everyone lets one person in, I hate it when you try to let someone in, they go, no, I want to be let in way up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be weird when we switch to driverless cars. We won't have to do anything. But what if our car is an asshole?
Oh my
And then we're like,
God.
go
Is
kart.
it a switch? You just switch it on. You're like
Yeah.
asshole car.
No, it'll be Audi, an Audi,
Yeah.
a Volvo,
Yeah.
a BMW.
What would be the nicest car, do you think? Most courteous? Like, probably a Volvo. They've got that reputation.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll
Subaru
be your
Foresters.
Subaru.
Yeah.
Or maybe your Toyotas. They're coming back. They're going from white goods to being a bit sexy. Says she who just bought a hybrid.
Here at Audi, we like to pride ourselves
Yeah.
on how much of an asshole our cars are.
And there was clearly a monopoly manufacturer of those cars in Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah. They
I was
make
like,
the
they look
same.
like-
There's no different
Yeah.
brands or
Someone,
anything.
someone said, all right, what's an idea for a car, guys?
Yeah.
And someone's like, well, have you seen those Nazi helmets?
Yeah.
And maybe if we stretch one out a bit. And so like, yes, that.
Well, I assume that they're all the same because they were like, well, what's our budget for CGI? Okay, design one car, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste.
I just
do that a
find
bunch of
find
times.
it all very communist to all have the same car.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they have socialized medicine as well.
Oh my God, if they've got Medicare for all those dirty bastards.
What happens if someone gets sick? There's
You
no
die.
doctors. Yeah, you die.
Well, you drop them down, the Macra get a feed.
But then they're eating all these diseased humans. That's
Yeah,
all they
yeah.
get from us. It's like,
Yeah.
throw us a healthy body, for God's sake. Instead of someone with chronic
But the thing
terminal
with-
syphilis.
The thing with
Terminals.
Terminal syphilis. I'm sorry. The syphilis is terminal.
I do not want to be in the car with the guy who's got terminal syphilis, or just any type
Yeah.
of syphilis.
And that's
really,
weird. It's like feeding crabs to crabs. It's,
Hey!
it's like get to taste your own medicine. Yeah.
Put on my tombstone. I died from fucking. All right.
Well, the Macra like the gases. I've discovered because I went back and watched the.
Oh, was that what's feeding them?
Yeah, the second Doctor series, which was lost, because in those days the BBC went, no one will ever watch Doctor Who again. We'll tape over this. So they've got the sound still and they've animated, so I watched it. And the Macra are making humans work for them in gas mines to produce gas. So they've actually devolved into people or crabs that just...
They could just feed them like Chinese food or something, and
Yeah.
they'll produce their own gas.
Archie's ass. That was
go,
fairly noxious gas that came out.
Archie's ass, the finest bad gas you can get from a dog.
Feed it to your Macra.
There is one Macra solution. Why don't they get those love patches, stick them on one of each Macra, and then they'll be like, you can do it, keep driving, instead of being assholes and eating everyone.
Yeah, but then that's true, but they would die then because there wouldn't be any gas in the motorway. That's what they're feeding on, I think. I don't know why they're there. They seem like a ridiculous idea to throw in there, but anyway, they did.
And some people eat junk food their whole life.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
give them a celery stick. That didn't kill me.
Yeah.
Maybe the Macra could enjoy some healthy air.
Yeah. Or people who are healthy all their life and then go, oh, look, I've got cancer. I'm going to eat chocolate. Yeah.
But also, all the motorway is full up. But then that one woman goes, "Oh, in the last half hour, 53 more cars came on."
Yeah, how do these people get in?
There's no room.
I know.
And who are these people?
The drug dealers.
More drug dealers. There's no one in the Undercity left.
And who's telling them to go to Brooklyn? Because there's nobody left to tell them to go.
Yeah.
So who's saying, hey, there's jobs in Brooklyn
Yeah.
and it'll only take you 16 years to get there?
Also, if it takes 6 years to get to Brooklyn, is it like, no, sleep till Brooklyn?
Nice.
Thank you very
Beastie
much.
Boy reference.
Work that in.
Thank
Tick.
you. Thank you.
The Doctor enters the motorway and finds rows upon rows of cars hardly moving. So why are they all honking their horns?
Well, now I just saw the best video I used for some training, which was in India, and people honk the horn because they want the light to go red. There's a 90-second countdown, but they still honk the horn all the time, even though that's not going to make it go any quicker. So what the police have brought in is they put in a sound meter. And if the honking of the horn goes above 82 dBA, then the clock resets.
Really?
Yeah. And within 2 days, they've kept the noise down because the noise pollution was so bad.
Yeah.
And then there's a big sign that says, if you keep honking, you'll keep waiting.
That's the government equivalent of, I'm going to turn this car around.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn this whole country around.
But it is amazing how quickly it works. And you can see someone honk the horn, everyone go, shut up, stop honking your horn.
That guy disappears, never seen ever again.
Yeah, someone showed it to me.
He died honking a horn.
It's just really good video.
A passing motorist notices the doctor choking on exhaust fumes, so brings him aboard. Inside are Brannigan the cat, Valerie the human, and their kitten litter, just like Milo and Otis.
I like Brannigan. You know, they're very trusting of the doctor, aren't they? Like, straight away.
Yeah.
He could be a carjacker.
That's right.
I'll stand out there in the gas.
Yeah,
it's the Irish accent, I think, that makes him like, what are you doing, you madman?
Get in here. I had sex with
There's
a
your
cat.
lungs full of that garbage.
Full of the lungs. I'm an old-fashioned cat.
And, you know, really, they besides Martha's captors, they're the main characters because everybody else that he sort of drops through their carriages is just a little bit of a sort of a joke for you or a little bit of
And that was 100% probably the same set, just redressed every single time.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this is the thing. There's not a lot that goes on in this story, but it doesn't all gel together. Like suddenly it's the face of Bo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Well, they had that prop still, so bring that back.
Yeah. But they didn't bring out the giant clams. You know, we like the giant clams.
Well, they didn't have the same access to the same storage facility from the classic
Is
episode.
the face of Bo, is that a recurring character?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's been in
sort of.
he's been in one episode of every season so far. This
So
is his
okay.
third appearance.
Yeah.
And was that his last appearance?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, maybe. There's a character that you think may eventually become the face of Bo. But you don't want to tell him, you know what? You're going to end up a head in a jar with a very, very yucky lips.
He lives for billions of years.
That's true.
But yeah, the last episode that he appeared in, the face of Bo was threatening to die, and now it's like 24 years later, and he's like, "I'm still dying."
Yeah. You know, like
We're all dying, mate.
Well, if you're living for billions of years, like that 24 years is like
yeah.
3.5 minutes.
That's like 10 minutes ago. You said you were going to, that was 10 minutes ago.
Like you said, Kiss's retirement. Just keep on promising to retire.
Yeah.
And keep coming back.
The face of Bo is like, he's a decade late. How could he do this to me?
I'm dying. Is that what your grandma always says to you? How are you now? I'm dying. Really? You've been saying that for 20 years. I'm still dying.
Yeah.
Aren't we all, Grandma? Aren't we all?
Brannigan and Valerie have done 5 miles in 12 years, so apparently the fast lane speeds up the trip by 400%, as Milo and Sheen expect to do 10 miles in 6 years. So imagine a motorway that goes twice as fast as they do now.
Well, they don't seem to go very fast at all in this.
Well, if they get in the fast lane, then they could just drive around.
Why would you not get out at the layway and just, I don't know, just get out?
Yeah.
Start again.
I could have, and I'm not trying to act like I am a better screenwriter than anyone who's actually written a script, but I was thinking like it would have been made more sense if they were like trying to escape something, so there's no choice but to be on that road, because that's something going, surely you just take your chances. It's like, oh, there could be jobs there. It's like, yeah, but whatever, how many years? Yeah.
Yeah, stay here and fix it up. I'm with you. That it would have been made more sense if they were trapped in that they couldn't get out of.
But then the doctor couldn't get in.
Look, I know, and this is a very beige. You know, there's so many great episodes or seasons of Doctor Who. So many great episodes in this season. This is not one of them.
Well, I mean, you mentioned scriptwriters, Andrew. This episode is written by Russell T Davies.
Yeah, who was the showrunner.
Who has written some of the best episodes of Doctor Who. This was definitely, I've got a weekend to nut one out. Let's fucking just go and do it, and that'll do. And there's a cat. What do we got in the storage? Face of Bo. Sounds good. Cat people, fantastic. Stick it in.
Yeah.
It's like in Breaking Bad, there's one episode where he just chases a fly around a drug den.
The bottle episode.
Yeah, and it's like we're just having the day off. The union's on strike. There's no writers.
Yeah.
Let's just have it.
Or The Simpsons when they do a clip show and they're like, let's talk about another clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we find that when we watch the classics and we have to review them, there is so much padding that it's hilarious that, you know, they've only got 3 sets, so they just have to keep doing the 3 sets. And there's one we just did where the guy's following the Doctor and his companion, and that's probably a half the episode is just them walking around and him looking behind over postcards and round corners. And I'm like, oh God, do something.
You think this would be, you watch the episode and you're like, okay, well, this must have been a cheap episode. But there's so much CGI in it. There's the cars.
And 2007
there's
CGI
the
too,
Macra. There's the city. There's the doors opening. It's like, half of it is CGI. You're right. In 2007, would have cost a shitload.
And it's good CGI. Sometimes the CGI can be dodgy.
For a Doctor Who budget in 2007, I was like, I'll give it a pass mark on that.
We don't have the Star Trek budget,
Yeah.
There's some episodes in this very season where the bad guys look like PS1 characters,
Sorry.
The Doctor tries.
I'm very good on audio.
You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say PS1. The Doctor tries to contact the police, but there's no response. The motorway is fully enclosed, so they can't call outside, but they can contact other cars on their friends list. Although I bet they still get heaps of friend requests from supposedly sexy women who turned out to be scam artists.
Wait, who are those people?
Yeah.
Because I get them too.
Yeah, I get requests from, and I can obviously see from the image that, this is going to be a scam. So you go to it and it's all porn, right?
Yeah.
So I block them, I report them to Facebook, and then I get a notification being like, well, we've reviewed it and it doesn't go against our guidelines. I'm like, it's porn.
Yeah.
What do you mean it doesn't go against your guidelines? It's a fake profile.
Yeah, I just look at it. Should I report it and not keep looking at it like that? No.
Sometimes I feel really aggrieved, like, I'll add you, porn star, but just don't tag me on my timeline.
Yeah.
My parents, they're just...
Yeah, that's
just a low blow.
Yeah. I mean, who do they think they are?
Yeah.
And we're comedians, so there's quite a big group and people being added all the time. So sometimes someone will add me and I'll go in and I'll see like a couple of other comedians have added them and it's like, well, that just still doesn't prove they're an actual person that anyone's actually met. They could have just added that person to get their friend list up.
And they'll like one of your posts from like a month or so ago.
Yeah.
And is that like a thing where it's like, if I like one of yours and then you like one of mine?
Yeah. What is the etiquette here? Do I have to? What if somebody likes one of my posts, but I've never liked any of theirs? I mean, genuinely just don't like what they write.
Yeah.
Do I have to try and pick one that's the least offensive and like it back? Is this an etiquette? I don't get it.
Pick a neutral, like if they say, I got engaged today. Like, you can go for that one.
I can like that.
Do the laughing emoji.
I walked today. Yay! Today I breathed. Yes, like.
Brannigan contacts the Cassini sisters, who are in fact another married couple. And I love how they kind of gloss over Brannigan's supposed homophobia by being like, you lovely dears, I'm an old-fashioned type of cat. I don't believe in gay marriage.
That's right. I'm trying to burn your car down. Yeah. In my funny Irish way.
Would cats naturally be homophobes? As far as their personality goes.
Don't think so.
Because they're quite judgmental as people.
All right, who here owns a cat? Because I'm not a cat.
I had one for a long time.
Yeah, we've always had cats in my house, but I don't have one at the moment.
They have their preferences, like what's black and white. They're very black and white. They're not an open species.
Yeah. No,
that's
true.
Like a dog.
That's true. Dogs just like anybody who looks at them.
Yeah. The worst thing is when Brannigan just goes around showing everyone his butthole, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they avoided that.
Glad they edited that bit out.
Well, he popped pants on for it, and I think that's a good thing. But I did want to see how many nipples she had, so there you go.
Yeah. Or maybe she just fed 2 children. Like, you have to pick your favourite 2.
You pick your favourites and the other one's just...
And the other one's just starved.
Yeah, survival of the
fair
fittest.
enough.
I love that you think that all humans have developed nipples just in case they married a cat person. I thought it was just a human woman who just married a cat person and they just made it work, basically. They figured it out, they made it work.
I don't think this would be an unusual setup.
No, I don't think it would be unusual
somebody's
either.
married a dog, somebody's married a goat, somebody's married a...
Oh, I would have loved to have seen those political years when that was becoming a thing. That'd be great.
Oh, you're so judgmental
like
of goat people.
A president who's homosexual and be like, no, you just don't interspecies.
You cannot marry an
it's
animal.
Like, but we wanted to. Which love is love.
Yeah. We're voting
Pigeon
for
people.
we're voting for cat rights, but then those cats are also homophobic as well. How do you stand on that? You're like, look, we want to give you rights, but we also want to give gay people rights as well. But the cat's like, no, give me rights, but not the gay people. Like, okay, this is like a whole.
Yeah, I feel like we're not far away from that in this political landscape.
Hey.
Where there's like a popular movement like Muslims for Trump. It's like, guys, what? are you Russian trolls? What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, anyone for Trump, it just blows my mind. But anyway, don't start me on Trump.
No.
The doctor figures out which car Martha is in, but they can't be contacted because story reasons. That's why. They're on the fast lane. Actually, no, they're not. They haven't reached the fast lane yet. Well, we can't contact the fast lane. Why don't you give it a try? No, we won't give it a try. Okay, cool.
Well, that's what I love about Doctor Who. It can all be done until it can't, or it can't be done until it can.
Martha finds out the cars are fitted with self-replicating fuel, muscle stimulants for exercise, and all waste is recycled as fuel.
Yes.
As food.
Her face in this is really good. You know, she does the what and she does the
Yeah.
So Martha is literally eating a shit sandwich.
Yeah. Wow. Well, the way the doctor treats her compared to Rose, she's been eating a shit sandwich for a while.
As they get closer to the fast lane at the bottom of the motorway, they begin to hear monstrous noises. Milo says they're just the air vents that roar like giant monsters.
Yeah, what a dickhead is Milo.
Roar! That's an air vent. Don't worry about it. We've all heard air vents that scream out, I'm hungry!
Feed me!
Martha points out that the smog is still bad no matter how far down they go, but Milo doesn't believe the stories of huge, hungry creatures and cars going missing.
Why is there always one?
Yeah.
There's always one, and they're always in control. Well, I mean, he's popped the honesty thing on her so he can control her.
Because story reasons. Mm-hmm. Brannigan does believe those stories because even with 3 adult passengers, he refuses to go down to the fast lane.
There you go.
Cats are naturally cautious, though.
Yeah.
Well, they are. Although he's got 9 lives. Why not, his wife doesn't.
Yeah.
She could have 9 nipples, but Adam says I can't talk about that because apparently that's weird.
You can talk about maybe there there are humans who have developed 9 nipples, but I just think just in case they've are there people who develop long necks just in case they marry a giraffe person?
There could be.
There you go.
We might all have long necks, but you're quick to shut down the argument. I see.
Yeah.
I'm asking the true questions here. Sorry, Ashwin.
No, I was going to say, like, if you develop a long neck to marry a giraffe, that's just so you can eat the same food.
Yeah.
Like Elms, but the nipples thing, that's a survival issue for your children.
That's exactly right. And I think it's something that needs to be answered, but well, let's gloss over it and move on.
Yeah.
Gloss over.
Sally Calypso comes on, so they forget about thinking and sing the hymn, Abide by Me. Turns out the motorway, like the dude, abides.
Oh.
I don't understand the significance of that song. Everyone got so teary and emotional. But
I guess it's like an anthem or I don't know.
It felt very British.
It has an effect on me because that was my grandfather's favourite hymn.
Oh, really?
And he's got a bar of it on his gravestone. So I was kind of,
And was your grandfather on the motorway, or?
Yes, he was.
Right.
Still is.
Cat person, or is that why you're so obsessed with the nipples?
More of a dog person.
You're like, Granddad, why do you have so many nipples? Well, one day you'll get on a podcast and they won't let you talk about it.
Because it's a big secret and nobody's talking about it. However, there are many nipples on many people.
I think it was the idea of like they secretly know that there's no one to help them, so they're like, "Well, we're all together in this." You know, it's like a football chant. It's like, "Yeah, we're all for the same team."
And a hymn is there to bring people together and to feel, I don't know, like they're all together. I don't know. What is wrong with you people? Do you have no hearts?
Yeah.
Which suggests that the whole of New York is Christian because it's a Christian hymn that very explicitly goes on about
goes about the cross,
Lord and blah, blah, blah. And, it's like, okay.
Well, maybe they are.
Yeah. I didn't see any Arab car owners or African, Asian.
I didn't either. We had cats. We had very pale people who needed some sunshine.
Yeah, it's like white people or super diversity.
Yeah.
Nothing in the middle.
Yeah. There's no atheists who are like, well, actually, I don't really like to sing this song. I prefer to listen to other music.
Yeah.
But the one thing that annoyed me about that was that there's always this thing in New Who where it's like, oh, well, you can have your religion, but I believe in the doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, The doctor's fallible. He's not a god.
And
I don't like the god thing.
Explicitly point out, like, you've just met this guy.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can't imagine the things that I've seen in the 2 episodes I've been with him.
They really wrote her to be
very culty.
sickeningly in love. Yeah,
Yeah.
sycophantic.
Because MacGyver was a good problem solver, but he never got that kind of hero worship.
No.
No one ever was like, I believe in MacGyver.
I know, and it doesn't matter what MacGyver said. People are like, oh, MacGyver wouldn't know. But he keeps literally always knowing. No, he wouldn't know. Okay.
And yea, let us sing from the hymn book of MacGyver.
MacGyver. You got your Leatherman and I've got a paperclip.
He's gonna get some stuff and mix it together, fix everything. It's lucky that everything has everything that he needs.
I always liked that about the A-Team, can of Coke, straw, and a paperclip, and they'll build a tank.
Yeah.
Blow everybody up.
You could have drunk that Coke. No, I'll build a tank instead.
Building a tank and a Hellfire missile to go with it.
The Doctor opens up the bottom of Brannigan's car and starts making his way down to the fast lane, leaving the coat that Janis Joplin gave him with Brannigan for safekeeping. The Doctor travels through a variety of cars, including a white car, a red car, and a nudist car.
I like the nudist car.
Flesh car.
Why would the nudists be shocked to see someone? They're nudists. Don't they want people to see them nude?
Like,
Isn't that why
hey.
you go nude?
Yeah, first exhibition in 12 years.
Yeah. I would be like standing up going,
Quick, stand up, show it off.
Maybe she had an odd number of nipples. Yeah.
oh my God, I've
See,
only got two
we're
nipples.
both on the same wavelength.
That's because we're, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
No one knows what you just gestured
It
there.
felt, it
as you
felt
said,
right.
That's going to translate great into audio, by the way.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
I do, but after the podcast. One of the cars is a Japanese car where the Doctor borrows a bandana to stop breathing in fumes, which makes him look a bit like a cowboy. A poster on the wall has Bad Wolf in kanji.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
No, I learnt it off the...
know that.
That was a very Republican mask move too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we know it doesn't do shit.
Yeah,
Back in
that's true.
2007, it was just a cowboy move, but in 2020, it's like...
It's a political statement.
He obviously votes for Biden.
Yeah.
Martha, Milo, and Sheen, the kidnapping crew, are able to get into the fast lane, but all the Brooklyn exits are closed. They are contacted by a black and white car who is not on their friends list. There goes that idea.
Yeah, I thought Brannigan could only talk to people on his friends list.
And the wolf creature and two angels warn them to
Oh, was
exit
she
the
a
fast
wolf?
lane. She looks like a wolf.
I thought she was a cat.
Oh, no, she looks completely different to the cat people.
I thought she was like a feral cat.
Oh
right.
yeah, that was. I was trying to work out what was going on there too.
Yeah. I think they were just had, made an extra costume or something.
It seemed like a budget thing.
Yeah, they would have just got a wolf costume from somewhere else. And they were like, chuck that on. And what about the two people who are traveling with them? I don't know, make them wear white? Fuck, I don't care.
And don't give them any colour. Okay.
And no lines either.
Just do this like, ooh, we're all going to do.
I mean, extras have got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But imagine being the two angel girls who are like, we don't even get lines. We don't get a SAG-AFTRA card. And the wolf's like, I get 3 lines.
I'm winning.
If they scream, is that considered a line? Do you get a SAG-AFTRA card?
Yeah,
if you
not
scream?
everyone can scream convincingly.
Yeah.
I mean, from a sexual point of view, I find some people are very fake with that.
If you scream in porn, do you get a SAG-AFTRA card? I don't know.
I don't know, especially if you're mailing it in like you're doing a Val Kilmer. Here
Yeah.
comes the,
But it's all right if you bring your own little person too. The Doctor ends up at a businessman's car and requests some water, which means he's 100% drunk some of that guy's piss.
Oh, he took the piss out of him, didn't he?
Hey, we got there, people.
And he out of a drinking vessel that you cannot. You have to commit to drinking that before you put it back down.
Yeah, you can't put that drink down anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really for the dedicated drinker, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you something and it's good this big and you can never put it down and that's it. You just got to skull the bitch and get out of there.
Who was the person who was like,
Who invented
we're gonna replace all cups with drinking cones.
Yeah.
You can never put it down, literally. Well, I'm going to outfit all of those.
But it also becomes a hat when you're done.
I like that. However, what if you've got 2 drinks and somebody buys you a third and it's your birthday? You can't put it down somewhere. What do you do?
Yeah.
They-
You've got to skull one to hold
Pocket?
another.
Yeah. There's cups for fun people.
Yeah.
I thought you could pop it in your top pocket.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to have 9 and 1 on each nipple.
Yeah.
Cones.
Zit, zit. Okay, right.
The Doctor looks below them and through the smog sees classic Doctor Who baddie, the Macra. The Macra are giant crabs that feed on deadly gases. They used to be sentient, but have devolved and, like everyone else, have found themselves on the motorway.
Wes, but they're having a good old time.
Yeah, sometimes they get a human to eat.
But that's what I can't understand. They're getting the gases, which is from watching The Terror of the Macra. That's what they want. Why are they attacking the people?
Yeah.
This is stupid.
It's just for fun now.
Yeah, I mean, what do they think? They're flies? I don't get this, because if you get rid of all the people...
Got to use their chomper things. Or their claws.
Do you think,
Clippers.
or they get like muscle atrophy or something? Do you think that's it?
Yeah.
They're exercising.
Yeah.
And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2.
Oh, I got a car. Oh, good.
But
3 and
they've
4.
devolved, so they're idiots. That's why.
Is that what a Venus flytrap is? Because that's already getting photosynthesis and it needs extra
Yeah,
flies?
yeah.
What are you doing, dickhead?
Yeah, that's it. Devolved.
Divulged, yeah.
It was a Macra. It is now just a dickhead.
Yeah, it used to
Yeah.
collect flies. It used to get humans to collect flies for them, and now
Yeah.
they've devolved and they just eat them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. What do they need it for?
It just seems like a mistake.
Well, flies are annoying,
Yeah.
and it is a nice mistake, but still, it does seem like a mistake.
Do you ever stick your finger in just to see what happens?
No. You have,
I
obviously.
stick my finger into anything just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I did notice that when you got here.
Yeah.
That was uncomfortable.
It was a unique way to say hello.
That's
but,
true. I mean, I've got to be
say-
honest, that's how I loosened Archie up before we started the show.
Well, you did a job and a
Ashwin,
half.
my Christian ears.
No wonder Dave loves you so much.
Well, I just thought, in these COVID times, he wouldn't be sticking his finger in everything.
Oh, I'm 1.5 metres away when I start.
That's true. He just went lower down this time. That's all.
Well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. One of those like sports fan things with your hand in the...
I'm just going to get him.
Oh, hello. Better lube up before you say hello.
I'm just going to get him a stick. That's then you can just poke
Yeah.
things.
Martha works out the Macra are attracted to sound, so they shut the car down and plummet to their deaths. No, the car still flies, apparently making no noise.
It's like my hybrid. Did I tell you I've got a hybrid?
Oh, God. However, the air will run out in 8 minutes, so they better think of something, because surely there's not enough time for a Deus Ex Machina in 8 minutes.
But why?
Nice reference, by the way. Thank you.
Very well. Why could they not have then turned it on again, survived for a few minutes, then turned it off? Or was it like just 8 minutes and then that's it? You're screwed. Does it take 8 minutes then for the oxygen to come back?
Yeah, well, they needed a time. They needed a deadline basically for the episode.
Well,
to be
I
like,
do
something's
understand
coming up.
this.
But you don't like that stop-start. You would have preferred a stop-start mentality.
I would have gone with that. Yeah.
Yes.
I would have said, we'll use up 2 minutes, then start.
Yeah.
Then we'll use up another 2. Because then actually you're getting longer time.
Yeah.
Yes, you are living on the edge, but what is the point? You've lived in a motorway for that many years.
Yeah.
Also, can the Macra use their claws on themselves? Like, if you landed on top of a Macra, would they be able to grab
I don't
you?
know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you've outsmarted them.
Right between their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
stalkies.
Yeah.
And just make them score own goals.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Is there a human car on me? Is there a human car on me, guys? You gotta tell me if there's a human car on me.
Drop chocolate on my mouth and a car.
Imagine the ability to crush your own head accidentally with your hand.
Oh, we can only dream. We can only dream.
That would be the shitty mutation I would get. It would be
Good way to get out of situations you don't want to be in, though.
yeah.
Fuck this.
Oh, God, he just crushed his head again.
He's dead.
You get out of one conversation and that's it.
You'd want to make it a very, very bad
Yeah, it's a check you can only cash once.
Yeah. So what were you talking to him about? Oh, I was talking about this Doctor Who podcast that I do. Oh, excuse me, crush. He killed himself too. What? Novice Haim finds the Doctor and transports them to the Senate of New York. where
Nuns with guns.
everyone is dead. Oh yeah, and the gun is like, there might have been pirates. Anyway, I don't need this gun anymore. It was just so it could be like, ooh, she's going to chase after the Doctor.
Yeah, so the first time I saw it, I thought she was after the Doctor to kill him.
Yeah, I thought that was what I was like, oh, that's bad news.
Yeah. Real letdown in the end, wasn't it?
I was kind of relieved because
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, oh, because No, actually, I'll stop talking.
She reminds you of your ex? Is that what you're going to say?
No, I went to a very, very
He's tried to shoot you.
old-fashioned Catholic primary school in northwest Tasmania, and there was people who dressed like that. And
Did they have guns?
No, they just had the
Ruler.
There was corporal punishment. Yeah.
So you were real turned on for the entire episode.
Oh, you couldn't calm me down.
Also, I love that it's a future gun because it glows green.
I know. What is the point of hunting with a gun that glows in the dark?
There is no point.
Yeah.
Then your prey can see it. You know, have we thought this through?
Oh no, they've got a future gun. We better run away.
Well, probably deer don't think. Although someone could be married to a deer that you shoot during honey season with your future gun that's glowing green.
Sir, I've made a new version of our gun. What's the difference? Switch. It's got green lights on it.
Maybe it's like the crab devolution, though. Maybe animals are dumber in the future as well. Just don't see colour, don't see noise.
What is that noise? Is that people? Can you hear a click? No!
One of the mood drugs, Bliss, was super addictive and mutated into an airborne plague. The Senate saved as many as they could by locking off the motorway in the Undercity. Novice Haim was only able to survive thanks to the smoke of the face of Bo.
So I would like to say the first time I saw this, I thought, now, with everything that's going on over in America, there was some sort of wonderful irony, poetic justice that all the Senate had died.
Yeah.
Just kind of suited me quite.
In 7 minutes?
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
There wasn't even enough time to just have a protest or anything.
I felt like that was a bit of a flex on Battlefield Earth, where they took over in 9 minutes.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I don't know if that was what they were going for.
It's like 6-minute abs.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to outdo each other when it comes to mass death.
Like,
Actually
took over the
doesn't
world in
work.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
Abs in 6 minutes?
Well, much like Dianetics, we are a religion, so...
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Hoovian.
It's also weird because that Bliss, I thought it was a biochemical intervention to your body. Are they just injecting microbes into us now that can mute, or viruses?
That's what I wanted to know. Is it like, you used to get the, when I was a kid, everyone would get inoculated with the TB shot and it'd be like 6 or 8 little needles in like a pincushion. Boop. And I thought maybe that's what they have, these little pincushion things.
Yeah.
But it looked like you just stuck it on.
Yeah.
Well, with the COVID vaccine, like I've been hearing lots of rumors like what's in it. I've heard they've got 7 communisms in each shot.
Oh,
man.
So like not just one communism. You got 7 communisms. Yeah.
Do they cancel each other out? So the first communism, you become communist. The second one, you go back to capitalism.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, it makes sense.
So you want an even number of communists.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's bloody free. Classic communism.
Yeah.
Should be at
Socialised.
thousands
Should
of
be
dollars.
so expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, it should only be the rich American aristocracy that can afford that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants the others anyway? Herd immunity, people. Herd immunity.
And as our listeners know, we love capitalism. Woo! Working so well.
Yeah, from a show that's government money.
Yeah. Will never, ever fail.
Everybody wins in capitalism.
The face of Bo has wired himself into the mainframe of New York and has been powering the motorway in the Undercity to prevent it from falling into the sea. So Novice Haim has access to the motorway and presumably could figure out some way to get people out of the motorway to help rerun the city. It's been 24 years.
Yes. It's a very, very slow plan.
Yeah.
So perhaps, I hate to pick on you here, Dawes, but perhaps Dawes was in charge of the plan on how to get everyone out of the motorway.
Oh yeah, I would have been really enthusiastic about it for the first like half an hour, going right, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh well, I mean, who's in a rush?
The worst thing is Ashwin got there early. He didn't want to be the first one to save everybody. So he's just hanging around in the alleys.
I'm just talking to ants while everyone's dying of poisonous gas.
I'm not going to be first.
Well, mentioning the A-Team, I love it when a plan sits around for 24 years and doesn't do anything. Or if maybe she's like, oh, I can't leave the face of Bo for too long. If only there was some sort of self-replicating fuel that has been established previously in the episode that could be used to power everything. Oh, well.
Yeah. I know. It's none of it makes any sense.
Yeah.
But the Senate are dead.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But when you say powering the underworld, isn't he just powering that Siri brain that says, you are next in the queue, or that police voice?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
What else are they getting down there in terms of power?
I think they're probably, well, they're obviously not getting oxygen or safety.
Is there even traffic lights?
No, but Novice Haim explicitly says if he hadn't powered it, they would fall into the sea.
Okay.
The people,
Okay.
the city would, or the people on the motorway?
The Undercity would fall into the sea. They established that if the face of Bo dies and can't power the city, it
true.
falls into the sea. Please remember that for later on in the episode. When that exact thing happens.
Aha! All right.
The Doctor does a bit of jiggery-pokery on the wiring, but there's not enough power to open the motorway. If only there was some giant-faced being who's been powering the city all these years. The face of Bo provides some power, and the Doctor opens up the motorway just in time for Martha and the kidnapping crew to escape the Macra.
Yes. Yes. Well, Martha, it's all, and then we never see her again until she turns up and goes, hello. I'm not Rose. How are you?
Yeah.
Outside, there's a beautiful sky, although with all the fumes coming out of those cars, I doubt it will stay that way.
And the planet goes, damn you. Damn you people.
There are no hybrids in that. They are definitely having all those fumes come out.
Oh, dear.
Martha reaches the Senate to be reunited with the Doctor, but the face of Bo is still dying.
Aww.
The face of Bo has lived for billions of years. He is the last of his kind, as the Doctor is the last of his.
And he's out of his bathtub.
Yeah, he's out of his fish tank.
Yeah, I saw him at the Doctor Who experience, the face of Bo.
Oh, what did he say to you?
Not much. Not much,
Don't
but
touch
Oh,
me.
so you've seen the actual prop?
but it's very cool.
It looks
Very,
really cool.
very cool, I thought.
Yeah, no, that's not an actor. They didn't just find an actor who had a giant face.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes with Doctor Who, you think they found the monster and then wrote them in, but it's usually a person dressed as the monster.
No way.
I know. I know. I find it.
Well, that's just
incredible.
taking jobs away from people who could be monsters.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
John
like giant
Merrick
brains.
is really upset here.
Yeah, what they should do is find freaks and then base the episode around them.
Yeah, because
It worked in 1820.
Yeah, exactly. They set the episode in 1820 and they're like, we are totally sweet.
they were fully employed, and I don't know what the problem was.
I'm not an animal. It's like, yeah, but you've got the role. So
Yeah.
That's right. You got a job, buddy. You got a job.
And with his last breath, the face of Bo reveals his final secret. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far apart.
And then,
You'll
just as
always
I'm
hear me
starting
fart.
to like the Doctor again, Martha says, "Is that me? Because I'm here with you." And he goes,
that was
Yeah.
really cruel about it
Yeah.
too.
"Oh yeah, that was
Off!
you're nobody."
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to punch him in the face.
But I also was like, she shouldn't have thrown that line out there because he's clearly not interested. Stop.
Yeah,
Let him go. Find someone good
Although I
for
feel
you.
like that conversation there was literally for the audience. They could have turned to the audience and been like, "It's not Martha.
Yeah.
It's someone else." Wink, wink.
it'll come up later. Yeah.
Nerds, go talk about it. Back in the Undercity, Martha puts her foot down. She wants to know all about the Doctor.
Go, Martha.
He tells her that he lied about Gallifrey. They can't visit because it's gone. Lost in a time war, which is what I tell girls who want to meet my parents. Lost in a time war, love. The Doctor is the last of the Time Lords, which is also the name of Series 3, Episode 13.
The last of the Time Lords.
We leave Martha and the Doctor talking about the beauty of Gallifrey in the slums of New York instead of the safety of their TARDIS.
Well, I liked that because she finally, she says, no, quit your bullshit, sit down and tell me what's going on.
That's what I liked about it. When she had to tell him what was going on, she pulled a chair out.
Yeah.
Like, this is chair time now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's not normally a situation we find ourselves in when we're having a dispute with someone. There's just not a chair going.
That's
it's
true.
chair time. And that would help.
My only issue is she didn't turn it around and then sit
Yeah.
on
like
the back
a
of it.
gangster, more, a bit more gangster style.
She's just like us.
Or a 70s cop show where the cop does
Or a Christian group who's trying to speak to a group of kids.
What was the name of that one that was on the commercial? The three of them. Jesus is still right with me.
Yeah, you know that song.
But one of them actually for the 90s was like it did like gave like a sick rap verse. It's like,
Oh,
wow, that's
wow.
actually
Oh.
I can't, was I just getting these ads growing up in Tasmania?
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
No, I remember the
I don't
song.
remember
But
those
last year in the
ads.
Super Bowl, the Scientologist did an ad, and it was
That's
like,
right.
it looked like one of those uni ads where it's like, you can find more about yourself, and you can do, and there was like Scientology, and it's like, oh God, no, no way.
Freak out, man.
The cult? No, thank you.
I kind of like the way that the world is united against Scientology.
Yeah,
like everyone, like you could be sitting next to anyone from any race, religion, and you both be like, look at each other and be like, mate, what a bunch of dicks.
I would love to have been there. And that first, when L. Ron Hubbard first told people, I've written a book about religion. That sounds like a great sci-fi story. Sci-fi story?
Yeah.
It's 100% real. Oh, it's going in a different direction there,
But
are you?
haven't we just seen it happen? Don't you want to be the first person where Trump went, I'm going to run for president? You? And then eventually somebody went, well, what a great idea. And then suddenly it was, so there, L. Ron Hubbard, somebody went, this guy's got it going on.
Yeah.
You just got to repeat yourself for long enough, 100 years.
Yeah.
And then it's normal again.
Yeah, that's right.
And then your entire religion is still totally okay when you get investigated for tax fraud.
Yes. Or you make other people's lives misery. That's all right too. But that's what you do. Well, truly, that is what religion does. But there you go.
All right, I want to try a new segment. High point, low point. What was your favorite thing about the episode, and what was your least favorite thing about the episode?
My least favorite thing is the way the doctor treated Martha. So is that because I'm with you, Doctor?
Yeah.
No. Okay, there's my low point. My high point, I would have to say, is Brannigan.
I'm going to say the exact same thing as you.
I
Brannigan
really
was
liked
absolutely a high
Brannigan.
point.
He was great.
I mean, and it's huge props to the actor.
Yeah.
I think he's just so charming.
Yeah.
That he just had this crazy character and was like,
What's his name? Aiden.
Ardell O'Hanlon.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, loved it.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I hated the way the doctor treated Martha this episode.
Yeah.
He's a real prick. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm supposed to like this guy?
Yeah, he makes himself, it makes it very hard to like him during this season, I would have to say.
Ashwin, high point, low point.
I think my low point was when the doctor seemed to laser cut into everyone's car and jumped out and had no respect for property.
Yeah. All those fumes are getting in now.
And no one cares.
Yeah.
No one pulls them up on that. I think that's
I
quite rude.
agree, yeah.
I like that. Thanks for that. That was attached to my iron lung, but now
Yeah. A high point, I was just attracted to all the car owners. Everyone was just cute in their own way and nice and quirky. And also, it's quite a diverse cast. And I liked it. Like, the white guy was the mugger and the black person was the mugged. That's really overturning the stereotypes in the start of the episode. So, go BBC.
Awesome. Andrew.
I think because this is the first time I've watched like that actor. Who's it? What's the actor's name?
David Tennant?
Yes.
is this your first DT episode?
Yeah, because my low point, the look on his face, it's like he's expressing every single human emotion at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he sort of has this look of fear and excitement, and he's angry for no reason.
He's got a bit of a smirk. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was kind of like, what's going on here? What are you trying to say? So I think that I found it. I warmed to him as it sort of went on, but when it sort of started and he's avoiding the question of his home planet, I was like, is he having a stroke? Now this is. I don't know. It was interesting, but I found it so distracting.
And yet they kept filming.
Yeah.
They were like, that's not the script at all, but we'll just go with it.
Production's expensive. It's like $10,000 a second.
Do you
You
know how
can't
much
stop.
film costs? Yeah.
But I think the high point was I think the people that did that makeup, the cat makeup face, I thought that was just
Fantastic.
bang on. That was really, really good.
There was no one sitting there with a human hand with a ring on it, like in the Cats movie. Judi Dench is just in the last scene, and they were like, should we animate her hand? Nah, fuck it. Don't worry about it.
But I think that's the thing with like the most underappreciated people in film are the props department, and like that making that head, like that's a science level understanding of how to make stuff, and the makeup artists just nailed the cats.
Yeah, and then we get to Matt Smith, who's the next doctor, and the props department has to make a new sonic screwdriver prop every week because he just keeps breaking them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's my favourite doctor, the next one. But I just realised that you've only watched Jodie's Doctor, and you've only watched Jodie's Doctor. Have you watched any of the older ones? Oh, you had
So
growing
this episode,
up.
I was just
80s
so
Doctor.
Yeah.
happy that a man is finally playing
Yeah.
the Doctor.
Well, we did get
Because-
you on for a Christopher Eccleston episode,
I do remember that.
and that was a shit episode too. Yeah.
That's right. That was a good day. We were with that beautiful view over the river.
Oh, that's right.
Oh wait,
That was
no.
that was the
I'm
first
sorry.
one.
I'm
That
mixing
was
them up.
the first
Yes.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sarcasm has led me down a thing of realizing.
Wah, wah.
Wow.
As we always like to do, we like to give the episode a score out of 5.
Yeah, not bad, not good, I'll give it a 3. 2.5 to 3.
World's okayest episode.
Yeah. But it's beige without being too beige. Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. 2.5. It's a halfway
Andrew.
mark.
Yeah, I'm thinking similar. I didn't. I'll be honest. Last night when I was like, I need to watch that episode because I didn't want to be that guy coming in going, "What's going on, guys?" Yeah, I partied last night. I don't even know what we're talking about. So
That's you
I
normally.
2.5 to 3. It's a fun show. It was a bit clunky, so 2.5, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Plus,
didn't
mate, it's Doctor Who.
Yeah, you didn't really care. That was my
Ashwin.
problem.
To paraphrase an old quote, I haven't seen Doctor Who at her best, so I don't know what the worst is. I don't know the standards of Doctor Who, what it could achieve, so I'm just judging it in a vacuum. And I was like, oh, this is quite fun. You're taking me into a world I haven't seen, especially since I've just come from Bollywood movies, singing and dancing. So that's why I rate it a bit better. I think it's more like a 3.5 to pushing a 4.
You can put that on a poster.
Yeah.
3.5 stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
What really pushes you over the 3? Is there any particular thing?
I think the world, you just drag me into this future world where everyone's stuck for years in a highway and there's talking cats. Just the world did most of the work.
It'd be great to get you on one day for one of what we consider a really good one to see if you go, oh God, they really are dickheads, aren't they?
Yeah.
And for me, it's going to be a 2.5. It's okay. It's fine. It's not as bad as we thought it was going to be. But really, the Ardell O'Hanlon, if you're Irish, I'm so sorry. We probably mangled that name. We probably LB mangled that name. Callback, baby.
Well done.
But yeah, him as Brannigan was fantastic. That gives it the extra half mark. And
Yeah.
if it had been about him, would have been a better episode, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of different parts stuck together. There's like, let's go back to New Earth, but then there's the motorway, but then there's also the Macra, but then there's the drug and everyone's dead, and then there's a face of Bo, and then there's this, and it's just a mishmash of different things.
Yeah, I'm with you. Either pick the drugs or pick the motorway or pick that the Senate's dead and you've got to do something before everybody gets trapped or pick the Macra, but don't throw it all at me.
Yeah, they kind of shoehorned the drug stuff in.
Yeah, maybe it's like people who feel like they're writing a film and they have to adapt to a half an hour. It's quite hard to pack too much in.
Yeah, it's like a teen comedy romance, and then in the last half hour, they're like, "Fuck, people like vampires. Let's chuck a vampire in."
And yet he wrote one of my favourite episodes, which is Midnight. Is it Midnight when the doctor's just stuck on that train in the middle of the...
Yeah.
I love that. The tension is just incredible. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we all have our...
Well, it's like John Lennon wrote Imagine, but he also did some later work with Yoko Ono, which is a different quality level.
Yeah.
And so everyone's got their phases.
I'm trying to work out who let him down with that one.
Yeah,
Was
and
it
it's
him?
like Nickelback, who have never been good. So.
Yeah.
Poor Nickelback. I just think you're all nasty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we had Nickelback's biggest
No,
fan
I
here.
don't have... I'm sure their mothers like it. It's just...
Imagine if they didn't. Imagine
Yeah,
they couldn't
that'd
go
be
home for
great.
Christmas.
If they interviewed them and they're like, not that shit again. I prefer Avril Lavigne. Well, Chad Kroger was married to Avril Lavigne. I know. I would prefer her to be my daughter. Well, you have a son. I know. I call him my daughter. Anyway, that's been my Masterpiece Theatre about Nickelback's parents. I assume Nickelback as a band have the one set of parents.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, I don't think they do because they're not Hanson. They're not
No, I
brothers.
know they're not. I was just playing along with you so you didn't feel like such a dickhead.
Yeah, well, the awkward silence after I finished means that you should probably just tell me to shut the fuck up sometimes. All right, thank you so much for joining us, guys. It's
Thank
been
you
a
for having
pleasure
me.
having you again.
Yes, it's been too long. I don't want to wait 2 years again just to see your beautiful faces. But also, I promise to get you back on for a good episode. Just the three of us. So you get your own mic each.
Yeah.
You don't have to compete with each other.
And Nicchia makes that promise. She doesn't book the episodes.
I quite like
So-
Ashwin being here.
Yeah.
Really?
We're
Even
connected.
though he pokes his finger and everything.
As I said, I really like that.
Yeah. It's what we
Fair
tell
enough.
our guests.
Fair enough.
You have to be on this dumb Doctor Who podcast, but someone sticks a finger up your bum. So
But the thing
is that what we were referring to? Did you mean down their urethra? Although my favourite singer is Urethra Franklin.
Oh,
Hey, baby! Every time she sings, she spits cum out at people. Sorry.
Oh, God.
That might just be just for our Patreon listeners.
we hope aren't Aretha Franklin fans.
The thing is with Ashwin and his finger poking is you don't know where it's going to go, and that's kind of the anticipation and the surprise bit.
Yeah.
You know, if it always went in the one orifice, I'd be out. I'd tap out.
Nobody expects
I'd tap
Ashwin
out.
finger poking.
No, I'm like a cosmic blast. You do not know where this neutron star is coming.
And it's one cold finger too, I can tell you. But
That's why
anyway.
they call it the wow signal.
Ba, ba, ba.
Did you guys get that reference?
No.
Okay. Jeez, I've gone off on tangents. No, there was a signal, I think it was back in the 70s, like a radio telescope looking for intelligent life.
Oh, yes.
And there was a signal that seemed to be of artificial origin, and someone circled it on the data paper and just said, wow. And it's been this mystery thing, like, what was that wow signal?
Yeah.
And
And
so it's
something
really
that
interesting.
they predicted World of Warcraft.
That's exactly it. It was really, really guerrilla marketing.
It was L. Ron Hubbard's aliens.
Yeah.
Because
I just thought I'd
No, they were already
It was
here.
John Travolta going, wow.
Wow.
Wow, L. Ron Hubbard's really cool. We should all make Battlefield Earth. It's going to make huge amounts of money.
Never
L. Ron Hubbard, oh my God.
Oh my God.
in the 70s, we sent out that signal of representing life at Earth at the time. So we sent them like a Stevie Wonder song, like a picture of the pyramids.
Yeah.
Quite respectable. So they all think we're like these prudish boards. Yeah. We didn't send them a picture of like a finger up the arse or all the fun stuff we get up to.
You talk about the
Dick
golden
pic.
plate that
Yeah,
Carl
the golden
Sagan.
plate.
Well, there is a dick pic on that because it has the male and female.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Naked.
true.
Oh, good.
But don't worry, the female one, they've blurred out and said, you won't need to know this, it's unimportant.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
true.
I read a comic or an article where someone was like, it's kind of like a couple who are like broaching the waters of, hey, do you want to have an orgy? Because they're like, here's a picture of what we look like naked. Here's some mood music. Here's what we're made of. And it's like all the aliens are like, well, fuck, they're freaky. We're not going anywhere near Earth.
Yeah.
All they want to do is fuck aliens. And then they get
Cats.
Yeah, and then they get recordings of Star Trek like going out throughout the radio waves, and they're like, Jesus Christ, they really do want to fuck everything.
And when they arrive here 9 billion years from now, we'll have devolved into like brains on soil
Yeah.
anyway. We won't be those attractive
That's
things.
exactly right. We'll just be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Or we'll be
Snap,
giant sentient genitals, and we will be ready to fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, some
Sentient
some
genitals.
people are already giant sentient
Yeah.
genitals.
That's going to be my band name, by the way. Giant sentient genitals. Thank you. Fronting for you too is giant sentient genitals. Woo!
Yeah.
Do you think my mum hates my music? Do you listen to giant sentient genitals? Please never come to my house ever again.
It's like one of my fellow insomnia sufferers said to me last night, oh, there's some great stuff on Rage if you want to. I flick over. Yeah, he's a cockhead. There was just shit on Rage. I don't know what he was watching.
Okay, anyway. This episode...
Sorry.
Ashwin, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Nothing's going on because of COVID, really. Maybe just join me on Facebook and something will be happening in February.
Sure. Ashwin Segkar,
Ashwin
comedian?
Segkar,
Yep.
ASHWIN, and then Segkar. You'll probably figure it out. Do your best.
Can I ask you a question? Because we were both going to do the Melbourne Comedy Festival this year.
Yeah.
And are you taking the risk in 2021 to see if
Oh, is this going to be an
If
awkward
COVID's
conversation?
gonna-
I haven't been
know I did say
invited.
that,
No, I
but,
don't. I'm not sure. I'm not super excited about. the
yeah, we're
festival.
doing separate shows just at the same
Oh, okay. I thought you were
festival.
like
Sorry,
broaching, like, we're
Yeah.
going to do a show together. What are you talking about? And then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
'Cause you had this fantastic idea for a show that I was looking forward to seeing.
this was a mood manipulation show, Rasa, where I was going to put the audience through 8 different moods in
Yeah.
1 hour.
it's sold out at the Brisbane Comedy Festival. I was unable to get a ticket, so I
Yeah.
was very
Brisbane
Did
was
sell
fun.
out.
great for you, but I was very disappointed that I was
Yeah,
unable to get a
so
ticket.
I'm not sure if I'll do it in Melbourne. I'll just have I don't know. I'm more excited about Asia than going south. I was just maybe that's the future. So
Maybe.
yeah, go be an Australian voice in Asia, doing half Hindi, half English shows.
Ah,
amazing.
that's a good idea.
That's shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I'd get away with it, but good o' you.
Yeah. You could be like this white Aussie
Yeah.
in India doing, Hindi or If you could speak fluent Tamil, you would crush
Oh,
in
really?
the south of India.
There you go.
Well, it's like Sandeep Toplani, a friend of ours. He had a show where he brought over an Indian comedian over to Brisbane to perform, and he was looking for people to help out with ushering and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'll help out, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I get there and he's like, he had like a whole team of everyone. He's like, I'll get you to do 5 minutes up the top. You can open. I was like, I thought I was just coming to help out. And I said, does he do any comedy in English? He says, he does a bit of comedy in English. Dude did the whole show in Hindi. I understood not a single word of
yes.
it. But it was just interesting to watch, like when you're not focusing on the words, just how he was moving. And afterwards, oh my God, people waited in line for hours to get a picture with this dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was
And how did you go when you were performing to them in English?
really good. Yeah, really. I mean, I made a joke about how, most of the people in the audience can probably understand at least one or two languages, more than one language. And I said, well, I can barely speak English,
Yeah.
and just kind of punched up that fact that,
Yeah. Yeah, that
was
would
a really
be
interesting
that would
show.
be an interesting because it'd be a different audience because you're
Yes.
used to playing, and you know yourself if you go to a venue and it's a younger crowd, there's different material. Or, I always think, oh God, I'm going to die here. But there's an older crowd. I'll go, okay, these are my people.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable here. So your audience does sort of dictate what you do, but also sometimes how you feel before you get on stage.
Yeah. Plus, it was a crowd of 400, so it was kind of like that thing of like you do a show in front of 20 people and nobody laughs, and then the people who maybe do find you funny are like, well, if nobody else is laughing.
Yeah.
Whereas with a
Yeah.
crowd of 400, at least a few people start laughing, and then everyone laughs. It's like it has this run-on effect, and you're like, oh fuck, this is really good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, big crowds are better. And I mean, when we did the King of Roy, when we were in King of Roy, they were a great crowd because they weren't afraid to laugh.
Yeah.
They weren't enormous. I don't know how many people were there, but they really weren't afraid to laugh. And so everybody laughed and it feeds you and you perform better. And
Yeah,
you
it
just
becomes like its own. It's quite beautiful when that happens.
It
when
is.
people you got that rolling laughter.
that's the last
and
gig
it's sort of
I've done.
Really?
Yeah. Look, I was such a high afterwards that
Well,
I thought maybe I never want to do it again. And I really love the podcasting and I'm getting more and more into that. So
Yeah, because podcasting doesn't want to make you hurt yourself.
Yeah. You can't hear the people not
Highs and the
laughing.
lows. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It's really
Yeah,
about your content.
It gets you away from those middlemen and women who are just controlling the industry and crushing certain types of people, not others.
Yeah, that's right. You live and die by what you can put out. And I like that.
Yeah, it's interesting that in comedy, it's like you have to eat shit for many, many years before you actually get a half-decent gig where you're like, oh, fuck, people actually like me and laugh at my jokes,
Yeah, it's just a
I
different.
suppose it's like that. I suppose, like I said, when I did comedy, is if it was easy, everyone would fucking do it.
Oh, yeah. And look, believe me, there are times when it's fun. And I would do I probably would do another rural show again. But that's because that's where I come from.
That's your people.
They're my people and they make me comfortable and I love them.
And getting out of cities is great. Like I've in the rural shows that I've done in like the roughest town, and I'm thinking, oh, how's this going to go? And it's like the best people come along. Like it really challenges stereotypes of small towns with the quality of people.
The only shitty one we got was Dolby.
Dolby was rough, yeah.
Dolby,
but no, people were great. There's just wasn't many of them.
Most of the people in Dolby were my rellies at that.
I was
drove
going to say,
to Dolby.
you might not want to be like, fuck Dolby. All right, anyway, so we're going to be doing another tour, and they're going to be sticking away from Dolby, that's for sure. Ah.
But certainly all of the other towns like Gundawindi and places like that and Kingaroy were just amazing. They really were. So there you go.
And Andrew, anything you would like to plug?
Comedy wise, I'm seeing how next gig goes, just in terms of. But I am very, very close to finishing the first episode of my YouTube True Crime series. So
I believe you mentioned that last time you were
I
on the
did,
podcast.
and then I put that to bed because I worked out that trying to do true crime stuff and also write an hour comedy show.
Yeah.
They don't gel well.
No.
No. No. And then he stabbed her. Ha ha ha.
Oh, sorry, that's from my true crime show. What have I put in my true crime show? Anyway, then he died, and then check out a picture of my dick. Yeah!
It has taken me so long to do it because I've worked out that my journalistic skills are very underdeveloped, and I'll be halfway through it. It's been a process. I'll record 15 minutes worth of it, and then I'll find some book or someone's written an article about this case. I'm like, oh, that completely, I have to include that now. So it's been
there's so much research
experience.
You've got to do. You can't just turn on the mic, can you, and say, this is what I think without any, you've got to do so much research with true crime, don't you?
Yeah. And that's been the, I've been enjoying it, but at the same time it's frustrating, but hopefully I'm actually hoping to finish off the part 1 of the first episode this weekend. Right in time for Christmas. You can watch it with your family about a woman who died mysteriously.
Ooh. Well, I'll watch it because I love true crime.
And you have figured out who Jack the Ripper was. Is that correct?
It was not me, Andrew. Stop saying that.
It's funny, people...
It was Ashwin.
It's like talking about true crime. People are like, oh, who's your favourite serial killer? I'm like, I don't, that's not why I like true crime. I prefer the interesting, what actually happened here stories.
Yeah.
A lot of true crimes are quite popular in podcasts, but you wouldn't be able to have a true crime podcast the way we do podcasts, where it's like, well, then he got stabbed, so let's have a joke about it.
There are a lot that do that.
It's like, these are real people who died.
The only way you can do that is the crime happened 600 years ago. Enough distance.
Yeah.
Vlad the Impaler. You can have a laugh about that.
Yeah, people do Genghis Khan jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Cleopatra, hey?
Yeah.
Wasn't that funny?
Yeah.
No one's got the surname The Impaler these days, do they? Unless it's a porn name. Oh.
There could be a Vlad the Impaler.
I'm Dave the Impaler.
Dave the Impaler.
Dave the Impaler.
That's what I call my husband.
I'm going to impale you on my fucking finger. All right. Nicchia, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Okay, so I would just like to plug Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick. 15, 20-minute, nice bite-sized episodes where we just talk about some of the shitty neighbours we've had and go off on tangents. And we're on Facebook, so we've got a Facebook page, or you can go to Nicchia Short Comedy and check me out there. And we're on Podbean, Spotify, all of them, all of the good ones.
Mm-hmm. And as always, you can follow Adam Sullivan Comedian on Facebook and visit thenerdinfinite.com. If you love the podcast, please consider jumping onto Patreon and supporting us. We release new episodes early, and for $5 a month, you'll get bonus mini episodes.
Woo!
Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure having you. Until next time, keep searching the skies for the Doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This has been a production of The Nerd Infinite. And then the sound of dragons spitting fire and stuff. What? Why are you looking at me like that?